Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Canelo, are you ready?
I was born ready.
Considered by many to be, pound for pound, the best fighter in the world today. 4-division, 5-time world champion.
Oh, look at this guy.
He is now boxing's first ever undisputed super middleweight champion of the world.
Damas y caballeros de Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico.
¡Viva México, cabrones! You know my level, and you will see, because I'm gonna fuck out everybody.
You know, I mean, I would love to fight Canelo. I would love to show the world that I'm the best.
I want to get Canelo out here to Houston.
Oh, Canelo, where your cojones at? Let's get it.
Payday, you want payday. I know that. Man, you fight with nobody.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
Listos, pelos, chingazos.
He smacked the shit out of Canelo in
Get
person.
the fuck out of here, man. Please. I wanna knock out this guy. Mira, en este momento puedo hacer lo que yo quiera, ¿no?
Saul Canelo Alvarez.
SDS Promotions.
That's funny? You think that's funny?
A little bit.
Good morning, TBV. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Monday morning edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. It's fight week. We got a lot of fights this week. So we decided to start off with, I guess, in reverse, from oldest to youngest. So we're going to be talking about Gennadiy Golovkin versus Ryota Murata, and that's going to be taking place in Japan Saturday at 5 a.m. Eastern, not 2 a.m. the way Danny thought.
I said 2 a.m. Pacific, which is 5 a.m. Eastern, which is the time the main
Because he's always right. What's up, champ? Good morning.
Good morning. Top of the morning to you, man. How you
Far
feeling?
in the left. Nah, man, I'm okay. I'm okay. Taking the blows as they come, man. We got some unexpected turns this morning, and we're going to try and handle them as best as possible.
Man, tell me about it. I woke up to like 30-something messages, like 15 missed calls.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
Who's stalking you?
Yo, Shorty was tripping, man.
What, the one that flew out?
Yeah, man, she was tripping. So,
But why is she miscalling? She ain't fly out to stay with you?
nah, she came out here with her girls, right?
Oh, it was a Vegas trip.
yeah, it was a girl trip, but, you know, we had our time.
You was just bonus.
Yeah, for sure that. I like that. Bonus. Yeah, man. But no, we good, man. It's Monday. The sun is shining somewhere in the world. The birds are chirping here in Vegas. And we got 3 big fights. We're going to be on air, you know, as long as our engineers don't leave us stranded. But we'll be on air Friday into Saturday for like 12 fucking hours, it seems like.
Yeah,
And
man.
We're going to have some fun with it.
Yeah, man. You know, we never really had a boxing night quite like the one that we're going to have on Saturday night. And I don't think we've had a weekend like that at
least in quite a while, right?
Yeah.
At least in quite some time.
I'm excited, though, because it's high-level boxing. You know, if it was just a bunch of shit fights, then
Jesus, we will be doing a live Triple G versus Murata fight chat in the wee hours of the morning Saturday. See, if you were on the East Coast, it'd be early morning, not late night.
I mean, this isn't that big a deal. Like, I could literally, this is a 5 a.m., right? Like, are they going to walk out at 5 a.m.?
Brandon Lynn, shout out to Brandon. He's saying ring walks are at 7:30
a.m.
Eastern. So that'll be 4:30 here.
I don't believe that they're walking out at 5 in the morning.
Is that the Triple G walkout or the first walkout of the night?
The Triple G walkout.
Because the fight starts at 2 a.m. our time, right?
Yeah.
Like the actual card.
So that's what Brandon is saying.
We'll see. We shall see. Which means we probably got to get in here early just in case. Because the last time we had like what? Two weeks ago, we had like a 2:30 start, and we had to end up coming in early and started at 1:30.
And the fight it was the Regis fight. Remember, Regis posted what time he'll be fighting, and then ends up fighting like 40 minutes before.
Yeah.
Wait, we're not camping out in Studio C after the.
I mean, I don't know if we got a 5 a.m. start. I don't know. I guess we got to wing it really. We got to see because Friday night, hypothetically, if we finish at 11, cleanups done by like. Let's stretch it and say cleanup's done till 1. We got 4 hours sitting in this bitch.
Oh no, we gonna take that hot nap.
Are we not doing the other stuff we discussed? The post, the overtime?
Again, you ain't hear me from 11 to 1. That's post all behind the scenes. Like doing the cleanup.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Talking but like we still got after cleanup to ring walk time. That's a lot of time.
Yeah, so Big Fish Vegas saying that ring walk is 4:45 Pacific, 7:45 Eastern. So we're hearing a couple different things.
I guess we can't complain. And I say we because that's it. I'm on the West. I've adapted.
You a Las Vegas now, champ?
I'm whatever I am, but all I know is that this time is better. Like I hated being on the East watching boxing. Like for you to walk out at 11, I'm tight. I like that they walking out at 7 or 8 or even 6. That's cool for me. I got the whole day. I could actually take my lady out after the sport. You know, that's gonna help. Honestly, you know what I mean? Like it's not easy staying up till 1 in the morning to do a live fight chat. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I've covered fights on the East and I hate it, bro. I know after the fight,
you got to go to the press conference. So now you get home 2 in the morning. Easy.
Oh, later. I mean, I've left the Garden at 4:30, 5 in the morning.
Oh my God!
Because we're up there.
But you had a red eye. You stretched it. You wanted to stay there.
But we was uploading though. It's not like I wasn't doing something. Yeah. I was uploading. You get what I'm saying? The last time I went to New York for Teofimo George, I didn't leave the Garden until like. That physical Garden till like 3:30. I was uploading till like 5 in the morning. You get what I'm saying? Versus out here, it's not like that.
At all.
You know, like
at all. Like you go to a Canelo fight, you getting out.
Press conference is done by 10:30.
But forget covering it. Like as a fan, the fight is done
at 9:30.
And there's the entire night left.
Literally have time to go to
like
your room.
You might bump into Canelo at the after party. Like this is so much better for a fight fan.
You might bump into him at the hotel lobby.
It's sad because
you ain't okay.
You know, I know you wanted me to continue, but it's sad because over here it must be the demographic. I mean, the analytics. What do you think? Why do you think the East is forced to follow the West? Right, like they're catering to you guys.
No, I think it's more of a TV thing.
No, they're catering to you because if they go earlier for us to cater to us, those East Coasters,
but that's what I'm
they're
saying.
staying up late. Let's start the fights at 5. Now the fights are starting for you at 2.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, they're catering to you. They're thinking about it like this. Look, it's Saturday. Danny's not gonna be home at 2. He's probably got some errands to run. Let's get these fights started for Danny and other West Coast people. 5, 6, 7. When they're home, they're settled in. They had their dinner. Meanwhile, the East Coast is like, man, fuck those guys. They're on. If you're on dinner, we're on club and dessert. You know what I mean? Like, or dessert and going out for a nightcap or a fucking, a club.
I got you. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Sure.
You know, East Coast is treated like shit, but being over here is so much better.
It's crazy. 3-hour time difference makes that much
of a difference, right?
Difference, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, like I know anytime I go to New York or anywhere on the East Coast to cover a fight, I know fight night, we not doing shit. If you want to go out, you better go out the night before. You get what I'm saying? On the West Coast, it don't matter.
Yeah, if you try to go out on a fight night, I'm assuming it's not a great fight. So everything is shorter. The interviews are less, so there's less work to do, so you get out of there quicker, and maybe you can, because, New York is a city that never sleeps.
Right.
You'll definitely find yourself a nice little nightclub to go out to, but it's tough, man. It's tough. Who's there dropping anything over here? Young Austin. But we're scheduled to have a few guests. Can't announce as we're rolling the dice to see what's happening. We do believe Evan is going to walk in here and champion Jaime Mitchell. Is it Jaime or is it Jamie? Probably Jamie because she's a girl. Yeah. But, how was your Sunday? Speaking of the time, we left early. Was there football? What y'all get to watch on these?
Football don't start for another couple months, but no, it was great. My cousin had his baby, so
like physically yesterday?
Yeah, no, Saturday morning.
Okay,
but they got or Friday maybe, and then but they got released yesterday, so threw some food on the grill, which was funny because like they just stayed in the room the whole time because of the baby and whatnot. But yeah.
So y'all threw like a party for them, but they was just in the room admiring their baby.
Yeah, well, you don't really want too many people around.
Yeah, newborn.
It was literally like
immune system just getting out there.
It was a couple people got some food in, so that was cool. Mm-hmm. Food is always nice. So yeah, man, it was chill.
I like food.
Went to sleep. Like I said, woke up to all the bullshit. Not really bullshit, but yeah,
Yeah, man. So Johnny Rice tagged me in the video. I didn't get to watch it.
Okay.
Of like maybe him sparring or him after sparring.
Okay.
And something about the Devin Haney again, bro.
Oh, you ain't see it?
I ain't see it.
Yo, somebody.
I was busy.
Johnny was in the ring with somebody else. It looked like they had just got done sparring with each other, right? And the dude asked him like, I really couldn't understand, and I didn't honestly care to read.
I got it up.
But
5, 4, 3, 2.
When it comes to boxing, hell nah. I ain't no coach. You got any tips, tricks? When it comes to boxing, hell nah. I ain't no coach. you gotta watch Devin Haney just like I do. Just watch Devin Haney. You got any tips, tricks?
Oh, okay. So this got to be some funny shit.
Yeah, it was on some funny shit.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, we do know Johnny definitely watches.
He literally goes on his days off to watch Devin train. So, I mean,
or like during
he's making
a
joke, but he's serious.
He's for real. Like, we just saw him spar the other day. Throw the Devin Haney.
Word.
So Johnny definitely watches some Devin Haney. That's for sure. That is for sure. Yeah, no, that was fun.
Johnny spars with 32 ounce. I never seen 32-ounce gloves.
Bro, when you told me Wilder sparred in 28s, I'm like, wow, like that's crazy.
I thought that was crazy. I never seen 32s till now. These big shits is 32s he had in that video. That's insane.
What's the average size like for a match?
Bro, 16s. I mean, like people fight in 8s. If you weigh over 147, you fight in 10s. Some amateurs have bouts in 12s. Most people train in 16s. Heavyweight spar in 20 and above, but I've never, until meeting Johnny Rice, heard of 32-ounce gloves.
I've never heard of 32. I never heard of fucking 28s till you told me about Wilder. So.
Now, is it like the smaller the glove, the more you feel like the actual fist coming through?
I mean, I don't know about feeling the fists because I think the pattern is all the same, but well, it can't because of the ounces, but it's lighter, so you're faster too.
Right, because I know UFC and MMA, those are like
4 ounces.
Yeah, that they're fighting in though. That's not what they're training in.
Right, but even so, that's still way lighter than like what boxing seems to. But
that's why UFC guys don't last in a boxing match because they're like used to wearing 4 ounces. So it's like you can throw the 4 ounces 1,000 times, but how many times can you throw 32 ounces?
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
It's a different
Your
muscle
arm
memory.
Gets tired, and that's why people scoop water with the jab because your shoulder's so tight. You threw the jab, now you're going like this. Versus, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, shout out to Johnny Rice. Shout out to Mike Polite Coffee too, man. He just went dark. It's crazy, one person shines off the other. And shout out to Anthony Johnson with the good morning. Ringwalk and TB, Ness TBV, Ringwalk. Let me see what he actually said. It is good morning, Ness and Ringwalk, TBB fire emoji. So,
shout
good
out
morning
to you,
you.
champ.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, top of the morning. Buenos dias, mi amigo.
Yes. Damn, you almost sounded like Dora, little friend. Diego and shit.
No.
Buenos dias, mi amigo.
My youngest brother, they named him Diego after him.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Diego.
Yep. That's funny you say that.
So, what do you know about Jamie Mitchell? She trains with your peoples, though. I know you at least know that. Dewey Cooper, no?
Oh, she trained with Coach Dewey?
Oh, man, he wilding right now. Damn. Okay. Tomorrow we'll have Sean Brewer, a question, trained by Bones Adams. We actually got to call his live fight in Atlanta. Let me see. Okay, we got a post here on Patreon. If you're a Patreon, you can ask Jamie Mitchell a question when we do get her in studio.
When that does take place.
Yeah. And we're also going to be having top rank. So much more than media relations.
Yeah, no,
media
Evan
coordinator.
Korn. Yep.
Evan Korn on the show as well.
So Ness, are you still not to beat a dead horse, but are you still rocking with Will on the whole Will and Rock thing? Yeah.
Yeah,
I was talking.
Nothing happened to change my mind.
I was talking, like I was thinking about it all weekend because I was like, man, no, there's no way. And I really still don't think. I think the Rock clean gets him once and it's just done.
I mean, I don't know, man. I just feel like the Rock is always gonna throw roundhouse bolos, man. You know, that's just where it's at for me, man. I got High and Low Sports Central with a super chat that says the Bucks and voices more. Well, shout out to you, champ. Together, we are more. You know?
You just came up with that on the fly. Together, we are more.
Absolutely.
That was fire.
On the fly. But we are, right? Like, the more of us get together, the more there is of us.
Hey, you know what we should do for this Friday?
Yo, my stomach is like...
It's the coffee. This Friday.
But I'm not hungry.
This Friday, typically we'll have a special guest.
Yeah. I'm actually working on a super duper special guest, another fighter who has a YouTube channel and kind of likes to flirt with acting. And actually, his channel's bigger than ours. Yeah.
A fighter.
A fighter. You don't know him, you'll never know. Some of my listeners know now. Because he's more YouTuber than actor. Ha-ha.
He's more YouTuber than actor.
Yeah. I just tell you, man.
Who is it?
I got to call him today or have Ryan call him and see if... I mean, I sent him the video, actually. Nobody got to call him. I sent him the video like, yo, you'd be open for this? He was like, all right, let me check it out. So it's all about of how busy is he and did he really check it out?
Is that how he talks? All right, let me check it out.
Nah, I just threw that in there. But now that I think of it, he can have a country accent. I maybe, just because of the region.
Who the fuck is it?
Ha. It's going to be like, we'll just leave it for a surprise.
Somebody said Ryan Garcia, even though Ryan fights Saturday.
Yep. Ryan does fight Saturday, but he's in town, right? He's in San Diego. Sean's channel bigger than ours already?
Oh,
holy shit, bro. We got to have a meeting. We got to crack the whip. If we getting lapped already? Nah, come on. Sean just dropped this channel.
No, it's been out for a while, right?
Like a year? I mean, I get it. He's a fighter, so I guess, shit, but damn. I'm on some Terrence Crawford competitive shit. What the hell? How the hell? Nah. Yo, get the facts on that, man. You fucking up the whole chief of the morning.
So who is it, champ?
It's somebody, man. Let me work on it, man. Let me work on it. But I think that having a YouTuber fighter a guess versus a gorilla is always better. I think Johnny did wonderful. You know, I would do a callback, but you know I don't like bringing things back that quick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But maybe even Jeremiah, you know, because Johnny didn't drink. You know what I'm saying? But I'm working on something a lot bigger.
Yeah, no, Sean's at like 23K.
Okay, but he coming.
Yeah.
He coming, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm Jay-Z, man. Remember when Jay-Z signed J. Cole? He was on the introduction. He was like, you know, somewhere there's a dude eating a bowl of cereal thinking about taking your spot. He said, I don't want no problems. I'm trying to sign him. You know what I'm saying? You always got to be aware of your surroundings.
That worked out for him too, huh?
Hell yeah, it worked out for him, man. Why you gonna? If you sign him, you ain't got a beef. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
I ain't never got a battle.
I wasn't being funny. I'm like, it worked out for Jay-Z. J. Cole has had a lot of success, and I mean, he's one of my favorite artists for sure.
Yeah. I fell off with Jay, I think after his third album.
So you didn't
I was big on Born Sinner. That white album?
J. Cole?
Yeah.
You talking about J. Cole?
Mm-hmm. I ain't mean Jay. Jay, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, well, I mean,
actually, I did. I ain't really. I never was a 444 fan.
I was just gonna ask. I
never. That shit was like, but I fucked with it. I tried the best way possible to consume it. It was difficult though. One of my favorites is I think it's called Kingdom Come, the red one.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the link up with him and Kanye was one of my favorites too. That album, what was that? Watch the Throne.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a lot of hits on that.
Definitely had a lot of hits. And
Troy, we trying to get Rolly on the show. Allegedly, Danny had some sort of interaction or communication with him. You know, we're just scheduling, man. Remember, I officially only have 2 weeks out here.
I'm communicating with his peoples and Coach Bullet. The issue right now is becoming just the scheduling part. You get what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
So we trying to make it happen for the people. Trying to make it happen for the people.
Getting confirmation from Evan on the address, so he is en route, or you know, getting en route at least.
That Evan would be great for the show Friday.
Evan?
Yes.
He drinks?
I don't know if he,
because you gotta get loose, man. You gotta be able to get loose. Like what my man Jay said. He said, step aside the booth, loosen up the tie. No, I'm fucked up the verse. Somebody will find it. And Superman's alive, but you gotta be able to take off the fucking tie, man. And like,
you know who
I'm saying? Like, hold that thought, because I wasn't done.
Okay.
When I was out here one time, I went to Top Golf with Eddie. Remember, they didn't invite us all. They only,
invited a couple
and shit. But that was like Eddie got loose. Anthony Lever got loose. Like people got loose. You know what I'm saying? Let your shoulders down. You know what I'm saying? You're not in a fight no more. Like, so if you can do that, then anybody is welcome, man. You know, I want it to be a good time. I mean, it's already a small room until we move to the new building, so it's like we got to make the best of our situation. I don't want a party pooper in here.
Yeah. No, I hear you, man.
And I want a big guest too. I mean, Evan would be great. But I wanted to be good guests like that.
We should show him that video when he gets in here, because we know Evan quite well.
Which video? With Johnny?
No, the promo.
Oh yeah.
That promo video we kept playing.
Do you still have it pulled up on the rig, or do I have to screen share it, Austin?
Okay.
They never have anything. Nah, I'm fucking with you. So. Yeah. We never even talked about Murata and Triple G, man. I think this is actually going to be a really bang up fight, because Murata's been out the ring 28 months, guys. I don't know if anybody's even paid attention. First of all, how corrupt is the WBA? How could this man be out for 28 months and it be okay? You're going to tell me he's been getting a 28-month hall pass from the WBA because of COVID?
And then let's also remember that the fight was originally scheduled for December. It had to be pushed back due to COVID outbreak in Japan. So, you know.
Yeah, but they kept giving him extensions. That's all that matters. They want Golovkin's getting 12.3, I believe, million.
He getting paid.
Paid.
He getting paid.
So they wanted their percentage because 28 months. You serious? My man ain't had a mandatory. He ain't had a fight, not even a voluntary. Like, come on, man. It's crazy, bro. Mendoza's out of control, man. For real. Gilberto Mendoza, that WBA, that belt is out of control, man. For real. They really need to come together. Like, at least the other 3 sanctioning bodies need to sit down with him and be like, yo, come on, man. You got us out here looking crazy. Because if one belt is just giving away party favors, it makes you question all the others. Because obviously, because of the WBA and their super title situation and their regular title who receives the mandatories, it's obviously giving the WBC the same type of motherfucking air under their wings. They poking their chests out, and they created a franchise belt that's no different than the super title. I mean, it is different, you know, because the super title is actually considered the real man on the street, but the franchise is like some awarded trophy, but it depends who you are, and you're considered the real man on the street. Right. So it's like they're copying the WBA, so somebody needs to get them dudes in line before they all follow suit. And everybody got a super title. Everybody got a regular champ. Everybody got an interim.
It seems like that's how it is now, right?
Nah, IBF don't got no super. They on occasions create who did Joe Smith fight for his position?
Oh my God.
Because he's next in line after Usyk.
Joe Smith.
I'm sorry, wrong name. Joe Joyce.
Daniel Dubois, right?
Was that the WBO eliminator or some shit? I know he was put in an eliminator situation because Usyk, you know, because the whole entanglement with AJ, Usyk, fucking Joe Joyce, the WBO, is so much going on. Coming in with the $2 super chat, Mad Bent, Kansas City. He says, where's my intro? I sent it in, TBV. Good morning. Let me see, man. Let me see what you got here. I'm going to put Mad Bent. All right, here you go. Here you go. Let's see. New Project Wave, he's called this. Let's see what this is, fellas. This is. It says request access, champy. Request access. Access requested.
I am looking forward to this Murata and Golovkin fighting us.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a war because Murata has lost to Rob Brandt and Hassan and Dom not a puncher, boxer. Brandt had the greatest night of his life when he beat Murata that night, but took some punishment. If you're in front of Murata, it's going to be a war. Triple G, obviously, is more skilled, but he slowed down, so he might be in front of Murata too. That's how I'm looking at it. Plus Murata, 28 months off. Like, how fresh is he? He's not going to use the ring. That's not even his style. Right. So I'm expecting a war. I'm actually getting excited. Again, we know Triple G's getting older. He'll be 40 when he steps in the ring, right? I believe he'll be 40 when he steps in the ring, which means he could get old overnight, so we can see Murata sleep him. Murata does have legit power, you know. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting.
What do you think Golovkin knockout percentage is?
I don't know, above 65?
Oh, absolutely.
And I might be secretly rooting for Murata because I know that Canelo and Eddie Reynoso have once upon a time mentioned the possibility of going to Japan and wanting to be international fighters. And it's an event when it's Canelo. Like, look, Triple G's been talking about fighting Murata for like, it feels like 2 years, and it's finally going to happen, and really no one cares. That's why it's happening at 5 in the fucking morning Pacific Standard Time. Like, no one really cares. The people that care aren't from over here. If Canelo was fighting this dude, we'd be getting this fight not in the morning. I guarantee you that. I don't know how they'll do it. I know you going to say Nesta, whatever, but they'll get it done. Because I seen Pacquiao fight in the morning to make us watch the fight at night and while he was in China. So there's no way Canelo's going to be showing that shit at 5 in the fucking morning if he fights Murata. And that would be a good fight, you know, especially if Murata beats Triple G. I would prefer it more. Some people already don't want Triple G. Other people think Triple G's old. Other people think the trilogy it doesn't need to happen. So if Murata won, it would be the fresher, younger fighter with the same level of power, so to speak.
Yeah, Golovkin actually turns 40 on Friday.
Happy birthday, champ. Right before his fight, so
literally.
He's probably coming in hot. Excuse me.
Literally, but we do have a super chat nest from Kentrell that says, I think he meant to say, have you heard if Earl and Ugas is off? There's a rumor going on Facebook that said Earl pulled out. Not sure if that is true.
Why do people believe craziness like that? My man,
I saw a...
Uh-oh, he about to give us some validity.
Yo, I saw a channel that you brought up to me that I had never heard of till you brought it up maybe like a week or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like on YouTube yesterday and I'm scrolling just through boxing videos and shit. And I saw like one of this channel's videos and like I saw the title. Bro, these people is crazy. These people is crazy. Let me tell you, it's channels out there speculating that like Ugas alopecia medication is really like a steroid that he's taking because at his workout the other day, bro, I'm telling you, it's crazy. Crazy. People out there is nuts with their
But that's how you know Earl is turning into a star. If you remember, I know you're younger, but Mayweather Pat, you remember they used to call Mayweather fans Flow-Mos and Packyard fans. Like, we don't even have that anymore. There's no such thing as Canelitos. Like, y'all don't even have a club. Like, when you make it, you have your fan base is called something. Flow-Mos, Pack-Tards. Like, who else has made it to that level? You know what I'm saying? I used to call AJ's fan base the AJ Protectors. You know what I mean? And that's because they had genuine fan bases. I don't know that this person you're speaking of does.
Who? The channel?
Ugas.
Oh, Ugas.
Ugas. You know what I'm saying? So Earl does. That's why they're questioning Ugas alopecia medicine.
Yeah, let me tell you.
That's why they're making up rumors that he's pulling out because he's that big.
Let me tell you, I hope, I don't know that it will happen, but I hope that Ugas is big enough to draw out the Cubans in Houston. I know the fight's in Dallas, but I'm saying I'm hoping he's big enough that all the Cubans, Houston has a large Cuban population. I'm hoping that all the Cubans are able to come out and support. You get what I'm saying? Because I think it would just, of course, it'd make it that much bigger, but it'd be cool to see how we saw with Mikey. Earl brought out, you know, his people, the Dallas area people. Mikey brought out the Mexicans. You get what I'm saying?
So you expecting, or you just want another 48?
I think it might be more. I think Earl is a bigger star now than he was then, and on top of that, you know, let's keep in mind the pandemic. When he fought Danny, it was limited to 12,000. So this is the first fight at AT&T Stadium since Canelo. And after seeing Canelo did 53 against Liam, adds 20, does 73 against Billy Joe.
Would you say that Crawford has made it to that level because his fandom is called like bud tenders? Or the butter, you know, the butter beaties or whatever the hell they say out there in these streets. Have you ever heard any of these terms?
I've heard the bud tenders.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I don't be paying attention to none of that shit. Like, to me, the videos, when I see videos versus like just regular posts, just words, I might check the video out because you might show me something that backs up whatever said claim or whatever. You get what I'm saying? But when it's just words, it's like you're not even showing me anything. Like I have nothing to believe that you're right in what you're telling me.
I mean, when you could tell me something and I can believe it because your words, you don't have to show me. Your words could be your source.
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
your sources told you. I was in the gym. I seen.
What I'm saying is like based on some of these like crazy allegations. You get what I'm saying? Like people act like they have medical records or hospital documentation. It's just preposterous with some of these claims that people have. Yo, but guess what happened for the first time ever yesterday?
What?
I'm on TikTok, champ. Shout out to Kyla. They,
uploaded for you?
Yeah, they uploaded for me.
I felt like it could have used some music, like light background music or no? What you thought? Because it said the music was like original Danny's because it's your voice, which is crazy. So what, they copyright your voice now? Somebody uses that?
No, but because people on TikTok are able to use other people's sound. So if somebody wanted to, they could use my sound
and do a voiceover.
Do their
of you
video,
saying that. Okay.
Or just use that for their video.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? That's typically how like a lot of these viral TikToks become trendy because it's like people start using the voice.
It's good to have a team, no? Your page is so linked to my page, right? It's good to have a team. She put some metadata in that motherfucker. You put Danny and Boxing Voice come up.
Yeah, she put because it's Ring Walk Danny, and then next to it she put like the Boxing Voice. So she changed my bio up. It says co-host on the Boxing Voice.
So she polishing you up.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kyla.
Yeah, so make sure to go check me out, just like all my other platforms.
Yo, Haney got a fan base, but they haven't given them a name, so he ain't make it.
He the dream.
But there's no dreamies out there, like, you know what I mean?
As far as the fan base, I don't know. Like, I think...
Because people only give your fan base a name when they get fanatical, you know? When they turn into true fanatics. It's like the transition from a human to a Wolverine and shit. They get mad and turn into Flomos, Packtards, Bud Tenders, and go on the defense, AJ Protectors. They go on the defense. No, my guy is the best. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you. Look, he definitely has a fan base. They may not have a name yet, but
yeah, they don't got a name yet, so you ain't make it.
Obviously, we have
Ryan neither. All that shit Ryan talk, even Tank. Nobody like you. It's when they defend you at all ends. Like Bug gets defended. No, it ain't his fault. No, I'm saying he beat anybody.
Right.
His AJ, you crazy? It wasn't his fault. Yachty, but that don't come out on camera.
Nah, but I'm saying when we have
guests, it don't look right. It doesn't. You're right.
It may come up.
You're right.
It may come up. I'm just thinking.
But it's when your fan base protects you at all costs.
So Ness, are you a dreamer? See, I don't even like.
I'm staying stuck on the name. See if I even like that.
I don't like the because wasn't that? I'm pretty sure I should know this, given that I'm Mexican. I'm pretty sure that was like the name of the act to help a lot of illegal Mexicans be in the United States legally, like on a work pass. It was called the Dreamers Act, right? It was called the Dreamers
Danny
Act.
knows a lot of information. I'm gonna say I'm indifferent. I might like the name. I kind of get it, like Devin Haney, the Dream, and because I'm a fanatic. I'm a dreamer, so I'm following that dream. I'm dreaming with him that he's gonna be a superstar, that he's gonna make it to the heights. I kind of like that. But it's always got to be a knock on them too. That sounds too positive, like a dreamer. That's just nothing wrong with being a dreamer. Yeah, it's like you're ambitious.
I remember
Flomos, Packtards. Those are not nice names.
Yeah,
neither is what was the other Bud Tender. Like you don't feel good when they call you that.
That's what they call the people at the dispensaries that sell your weed
because they're tending to you to get your bud. But these buds, they're tending other sort of stuff over there, these guys.
Yeah, it's funny because when I went Yo, they're laughing at you talking about, damn, Danny knows a lot of information. Yo, when I went to...
They said Lord Haney Coldis. Yeah, I've never called him Lord.
When I went to his fight in Los Angeles, when he was on the Logan Paul KSI, when he was co-main to that, you remember his first title defense where he fucked up his shoulder? Devin?
That was before the Abdullah fight or before?
Right after.
Okay.
43 days exact. 6 weeks after. You know, took my picture. Champ threw me the team gear. You know, he's like, if you're gonna be in the locker room, you gotta have the fight night sweatsuit. So they throw me the gear, and I was like, I had to come up with a dope ass caption
for the picture.
It was all a dream.
I liked it.
It was all a dream. The Dreamettes.
Ooh.
The Dreamettes.
Now that is slightly disrespectful. I like that.
Dreamettes.
Because you gotta hurt the fanatic when you call them that. Like, no one liked to be called a pactard. Like, you know what I mean? So, Brandon, that is not 2022, but I love it. Did you see it?
I see it. I'm not even gonna acknowledge.
Why can't you say it,
bro? Brandon,
PC ass country.
Brandon is a Android user.
He is. You shouldn't even be allowed to type in our chat.
Yo, you're gonna have to put a ban on him.
He texts me yesterday and sends me some shit, and I'm driving to the studio because, you know, I'm coming here for the show. I'm trying to audio message back, and I look down and I realize, I'm like, yo, this shit's green. I'm like, I can't audio. I called him first thing.
And then the funny thing is, he sends you voice text. Because they just say audio.
He literally is in a group chat with Ryan and I, and he keeps putting like hashtag Android gang, and we're like, bro, if you don't chill the fuck out, we're about to remove him from that.
You can't even reply to his message. So it's like, if he sends you 4 straight texts, Android users need to understand, if you send 4 straight texts, we only can answer to the last one. Like, we can't reply per text.
Nah, you would just have to either reply individually or just put your response all in one. But I get what you're saying.
No, you're going to have to copy his message, and then reply.
You did an AOL email back in the early 2000s?
Yo, look at Steve in the UK. That was funny.
Brandon has to use his dial-up anytime he tries to send you something for internet usage and shit.
Yo, Anthony Johnson says, I met you at Haney Linares' nest. Shout out Anthony Johnson. I'm going to just say this for context. Yesterday, I said I never interviewed Bivol. Come to find out, we interviewed Bivol. So if I met you, hey, man, I'm sorry if I don't remember. I don't even remember the interviews I do. Also, someone said we ain't interview Earl. Man, you crazy. I got a plethora of interviews with Earl. They just stopped.
Let me tell you something.
They're there, though. Go look for them.
I've met some of the TBV listeners, like when I first started with you.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't on the show, right? I'm just doing field interviews and shit like that. And I remember
But you was always, like, you always popped on early on.
Yeah.
You would pop on sometimes via Skype.
Or sometimes when I was at
and you was in the military still. And then sometimes you popped, you got to pop on some of those Triple G shows we did and the Beer House show.
The Beer House show, and, you know, those couple weeks I spent in New York in Jersey with you.
Yeah.
I'd be on the show. So, but yeah, man, people would meet me and it's like, oh yeah, I'm so-and-so, you know, I call into the show all the time and I'm like, oh, you know, nice to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to meet you. Yo, I'm looking at these odds though, Ness. I'm looking at the odds for Golovkin and Murata, and looking at the odds is actually quite interesting because...
Bro, interesting? He's 6-1, his old ass.
I know, and I didn't expect that, which is what I find interesting. I was expecting more like a 3-1, 2.5-1. Not a 6-1. So Triple G coming in a -600, Murata coming in a +350. Obviously, we'll do our betting show on Friday, but something to look out for because it is very. To me, I'm looking at this shit like I'm trying to put some money on Toyota Corolla.
Really? You think he can upset with 28 months layoff? Triple G's 40, but he's at least coming off a 19-month layoff. And he's got an elite level trainer.
Bro, that's still,
and he's been in the ring with elite level fighters, and he's never lost. to a non-elite level fighter.
That's still a very long time.
There's
and
no way
let
I'm
me tell
picking
you,
Murata,
let
man.
me tell you, I was not impressed in the least in Golovkin's last fight.
Bruh, versus who?
His mandatory, the guy we've never heard of.
Sedimenta?
Yeah.
Bruh, didn't he stop him in 3?
No, he stopped him in like 7, but he looked slow. He looked off. He didn't look sharp.
You can't get up. Is you gonna train and lose 50 pounds to fight Matt again?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
You pay me.
Exactly. There's no pay, so you ain't gonna train hard because you know you beat him already. You ain't interested.
You know Golovkin over there with Eddie getting paid. You earn with her.
You know Golovkin over there with Jonathan Banks. You know Golovkin went over there early to Japan.
Not that early. That was another thing. You just showed me that picture last week.
What? When he was on a plane?
And it was like Friday, actually.
Bro, come on, man. I got pictures we ain't post yet. Man, this guy's crazy right now. Just because the picture get posted on the day don't mean it's something that day.
Nah, it was that day. It was that day.
I hear you, man.
For our Friday show, for everybody, Todd, I know you're listening. Ryan is here. Yo, I would like a Adrian Bronner lady.
What?
I would like a lady to be here Friday brushing my beard on the show. Like, that should be...
How is that gonna make the show better?
We
trying to bring in more views.
Right,
he just wants it for him. He doesn't care about for the
Come
show.
on, bro. I'm trying to bring boxing into it. AB with the brush, Danny with the brush. Shout out to Beard Club, and we just trying to get that Rick Ross going.
That's
no lady.
We'll bring it up. We'll bring it up at the meeting. I don't know that it will get approved. It just doesn't seem like it's gonna convert anything. But, I am with you. The more hands-on we are, the better the show would be. I still want to get Brianna on, so we'll see.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
Or Brianna type. We still haven't had a Brianna type. They, bruh, first of all, I don't know what they're afraid of. Did you see, remember 6ix9ine got out of jail? I know he's not popular to most, but remember when he got out of jail, he did that video and it was just like 6 girls.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, he ain't flagged. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just stop the BS.
Yo, Steve in the UK said Danny got a shoe shine brush for his beard. This is definitely my beard brush. Zoom in on this shit. This is the Beard Club, man. We not sponsored.
What else came with the brush, man?
Man, I got right here. Yep. Do it again. Boom.
All right.
Club.
Enough of the free sponsorship.
But look though, I got the spray. I got the fucking little pomade, whatever.
Yo, have you ever just slapped it on the top?
No, so watch this, the oil, right? Because I started with
because I'm like, it works, I'm slapping it on the top.
Listen, because obviously I am balding, hence why they're trying to fly me out to Turkey to give me free hair plugs. The oil, like any other oil, is very sticky, right? It's like all on your hands. So when I apply
you just massage. Fuck it.
Yeah, and then I wash my hands and dry them off. But yeah,
so you hoping you get some residual effect up there?
Yeah.
I would just go ahead and slap it on there and do everything that they say do to the beard because you said it legit works for the beard.
Yeah. So
why wouldn't that kind of like activate the scalp hair growth?
And that's what I'm thinking. And now in my new kit,
I know it can't be that easy. I swear it can't be that easy because then it's like you just gave Beard Club a whole new like fucking department.
Yeah.
Like if they just got to rebrand the product and tell you to slap it on your head if it actually works.
Well, there's a legitimate chemistry difference between the facial hair on your beard and the hair on your head. Like you're not supposed to use the same kind of shampoo and conditioner that you use on your head for your beard.
What? I'd totally fucking shampoo and go like this.
So look. So I use Garnier Fructis shampoo for my hair.
Yeah.
And when I just got out the military, I just started growing my beard out. So I'm just using my Garnier Fructis on my fucking beard.
Yeah.
But now that I've upgraded my kit, I got the beard shampoo, the spray, the oil, the vitamins. And the derma roller. Yo,
what the hell is that?
Bro, it's a fucking roller. I'll bring it into my...
A roller like to put rollers in your beard?
No. So it's
So
like...
you Snoop Dogging with rollers in the beard?
So I roll. It's a roller and it has like tiny ass needles in it, and I roll it on my face, and it's supposed to help
open your pores,
open my pores,
so
and
you don't block no hairs
and activate the hair growth.
That is crazy and
so
intricate.
I've been thinking about using it on my head. Yo,
activate that scalp.
I was looking at it and I'm like, damn, I should try it out, but.
They said it's not that easy. The chemical is different.
To Dre Dot and Jaime Hernandez, who said, Danny, why you sweating? I'm not sweating, I'm just fat.
Or you just, like God made you shiny because you're shining.
I am shining.
You know what I'm saying?
On top.
It's the camera. He's not sweating. They got the camera doesn't have anti-glare.
Work on that, Travis.
Yo, they say hair products. What happened to boxing, Danny? Talk about Golovkin's hair.
Golovkin has nice hair for a 39, soon to be 40.
He does. He does, bro. He has no balding in his family for sure. For sure. What's the undercard like? Is it just main event because it's so much money?
No, I was looking at it. No, it is not. So let me go over this undercard. There's actually a second title fight on the undercard.
Okay.
It is a regional title, but we have the 14-0 undefeated lightweight in Shuichiro Hoshino against Masayuki Ito, who is 27-3. And Masayuki Ito, that's who Jamel Herring beat for the title. You remember that?
Yeah, sure do.
So yeah.
He wasn't even supposed to beat Ito. Ito was considered a puncher. Didn't Ito beat Pitufo?
Diaz?
Yeah. Check who Ito beat.
Yep, sure did. Christopher Diaz.
Yeah, because they tried to give Ito the title versus, they tried to give Pitufo the title because he Puerto Rican, but Ito beat him, and then Jamel got the shot.
And then Ito lost after losing to Jamel. So they are fighting, Yoshino and Ito are fighting for the WBO Asia Pacific lightweight title and the OPBF lightweight title. And then a real title fight on the undercard, Junto Nakatani against Ryota Yamauchi, and that is for the WBO World Flyweight title. Nakatani 22-0, while Yamauchi is 8-1-0.
Do not expect me to say these guys' names. I'm be like red shorts, black shorts.
except like our
skins and shirts.
Our fights on this past Friday. We had two guys, both in white and gold. I'm like, what the fuck?
And one dude's name on the screen was like Alvarado, and on his shorts it said Ruiz.
Yeah, it was totally different.
Crazy.
But
we got a super chat from Matt Bent who says, untitled topic.
Men self-care.
We got you tonight, 4 p.m. live right here, YouTube members. Also, my YouTube members, I did put out a post for you too. Any level membership allows you to ask us a question or suggest a topic of conversation. But we are going to have two young entrepreneurs. I'm told they're millionaires, so we'll check them out today and find out how they get Jay-Z to wear their hat, retired drug dealer, which is what I guess blew them up in the fashion world. So join us today for two guests on our Untitled series. Remember, Untitled, we just sit back, talk about a little bit of everything and anything. It can still be boxing if that's what you recommend. But now that we're in studio, we are looking to get more and more actors, entertainers, influencers, adult entertainers, and all that great stuff. Yeah. So Julio Lopez looks like he got a super chat.
He says Ness has tattoo hair. That's why it's so shiny. You got the little... Have you seen those? Oh, bullshit.
Yeah, isn't that called something else? It's not tattoo hair. It's called...
I don't know the name, but it's basically...
It's hair restoration.
Oh.
I actually know somebody. I met someone that does that.
Yo, but my thing is, right?
I don't like it. I don't like it. It looks fake. It looks tight, like a tattoo. But I get it because when your hair is growing... It's more filled in, but that's not my thing. That's like the sprays, those black hair sprays that people use. I don't like that shit.
Ness, really quick, just want to shift back to the card. I'm being told by people in the chat, shout out to London Runs Boxing, shout out to Ito Cool. They're saying that Junto Nakatani is actually supposed to fight Sonny Edwards next, or is rumored to fight Sonny Edwards next. So, we'll
So
keep an
Junko
eye out.
Nakatani, is he any relation to Nakatani?
I don't know.
Because that would be at least, pull me in.
Let me see. Let's see if they look alike. Damn, they do look alike.
Oh, God. Once again, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go ahead and click that notification bell. We're at 132,345, so we've really gained some traction over the last few days. So now we just need about another 700 to get to the next goal of 133,000. And you already know, man, numbers is power. We need to get Earl back. If we had 1 million, he ain't going nowhere. Nah, maybe he will, because they Fight Hype got 1 million. We need more than 1 million.
I've seen Junto Nakatani fight before. He was on the Oscar Valdez and Cantillo undercard.
Oh, that was happened.
He fought Angel Acosta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, not Angel Acosta that fought Brandon Rios, right? Check that. Nah, I think that's Miguel Acosta.
Let's see.
I gotta be Miguel. Angel, I don't know who's Angel. Is it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know who's Angel.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to see if he saw anybody else. But yeah, man. So he was on that undercard. Hence how I've seen him fight. He broke his nose in that fight. Fucked him
Ito
up.
Cool said, Junto Nakatani, the truth. I'm trying to tell ya. We shall see. We shall see. We might be in studio a little bit earlier.
Might just hop on.
Shout out to Chick Corelli reminding us, yes, we still have hats. And yes, if you do send your $25 via Cash App at $NESGTO, but you have to be a member and a Patreon.
And or
a Patreon. But you got to be subscribed to the YouTube channel. Then we can ship out a hat. When are you doing shipping? You going to wait for like 1 day? Or you've been already shipping?
I'm just waiting to get approval on how to do the funds for the shipping. But as soon as we get that done, then it'll get everything. We have about 45 hats out
to ship already?
To ship, yeah. So
yeah, man, you should get that. No,
that's
clear that out with
that's coming up in the meeting.
Exactly. Yeah, because that shit that's a lot.
Which for everybody,
especially if you put them in boxes, bro, you're gonna need help now.
For everybody,
you do gotta pick up a truck though.
Who does pick or who is listening in? I just forgot what the fuck I was gonna say. I was going somewhere with it.
It's all right. It'll come back to you.
But yeah, hats. Make sure to get your hats because not many left.
Yeah, especially if there's 40 already going out.
And those are hats that need to go out. Those aren't hats that have already been picked up by some of our guests or maybe myself and Ness.
Yeah, or some of the team members.
The team members.
I took 2. You know what I'm saying? I took one for me and one for my wife.
I took 1.
That's all. Madison took 1 and then Shakur team took 2.
Yep, Patrick took 1 as well. So
Pat took 1. Hurry up and send my Grootdurm hat, says London Runs Boxing. Yeah, we'll definitely get the method of delivery sorted out today. After this episode, we're all scheduled to be doing some conversation, so we're good. Also, to my Patreons and my pound for pound supporters, and to even non-Patreons, non-YouTube members, and non-subscribers, we will be doing raffle giveaways. I'm actually in communication with Bravos, who sponsored us many, many times for Border Wars. I now want to show them some love and order a few dozen gloves to have autographed by all our beautiful guests that come into studio, making it a lot better experience for our pound for pound supporters. So shout out Jordan, Stainless, and a few others that have been rocking out with us. I am going to get you some officialness. I mean, I wish I would have thought of this when Plant was here, but ain't nothing to get Plant back. And he's going to be bringing his wife anyway.
Yeah, congratulations to them.
On the newborn, yeah, he's going to have a girl.
They're expecting their first, daughter together. So
they did the reveal. It was pretty cool. So I love seeing boxing reveals. What about you?
No, I liked it.
What would you do? You don't have a child. no air. You have no air.
You know what I would do, and that something that I've already thought of, a speed bag. But a speed bag, you're hitting it. Just kind of come in with the hook and let it be something big.
Let it be something big. I like it.
But I've seen people do like the heavy bag.
But then they tape it to the heavy bag, and you got because I think was it Jeremiah did that double left hook on the heavy bag or no?
I know a couple people went viral with it. AB Promotions fighter
Berlanga did something like that too.
Destiny Butler, he went viral. He ended up like on ESPN and shit.
Wow.
Yeah, so definitely. Oh, that'd be dope, Luis. I like that idea. Probably would be best once we get to the new building, but a signature wall.
Signature wall, yeah. I mean, these walls are black. We could start that here with a silver marker. Like,
I'm just saying, since we are leaving in a couple months.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, we could always. This is sheetrock. We could always take that shit with us, bro. Fuck that. It's my signatures.
Nah,
we got a cash app from Mary or Sonia. She's both, I believe. She says, Mary Ross, good morning, Las Vegas. Good morning. We got to ring the alarm for my man, Mad Bent, 3 in a row. Good morning. What's Mad Bent say now? Right in your face, Danny. Stop texting.
He said, we super chat $25 for the hat? ?
Yeah, you could send it via. I mean, it's all funds.
I mean, he can, but then he has.
You're off.
I mean, he can, but then he has to resend a Cash App or something so we can get the address. So he has to double pay.
That is true. But he can send it to me on IG. He follows me on IG. You can send your 25. But no. We need someone to do math. Danny, 30%
of 25.
Yeah, because they taking it, so he got to put it on top.
$7.50.
So that means you got to send $35.50.
Nah, it would be $32.50.
I wanted 35. It sounded more even, but
33.
He says send 33.
Scott,
because YouTube takes 30%. That's why we telling you to go to Cash App, because they don't take nothing from you.
Just send a Scottie Pippen super chat. Send that $33 super chat, or send that $25 Cash App. Yo, so you have your Cash App, I'm guessing, because you said it don't take nothing. You got your account set up to it, right? Ness? Okay. Yeah, so let's see. We got Jamal Charlo. What up, champ? With the super chat, sending us a $1 super chat.
Yo.
Champ, what up, man? You ready for that fight?
Hey, Mary, you sent me I just looked at it now. She sent me a request.
She wants you to send some money.
How you gonna send a super chat, have me read your super chat, and then tell me to pay you to read it? I like you. I like her. That's a hustler. She got me. Oh shit, my man Jamal. Oh shit.
Ma, what up, champ?
We made it, mama. I made it. Yo, actually, yesterday, I was watching the Earl Spence All Access.
Okay.
And then Ugas is doing that scene in his house. He's like, Showtime, Taki.
Bro, tell me that shit wasn't great.
Hell yeah, it's great, man.
Yo, his crib nice too. Let me tell you.
Beautiful.
His house is nice.
I ain't really like the fireplace. Those tiles, everybody knows those tiles. If you have a home and you've been to Home Depot or Lowe's, you've seen those tiles. Like, those are bathroom or at least kitchen tiles. Right? You got them shits on your fireplace. I wasn't feeling that. But when I was looking at the fireplace, I did realize he had his YouTube channel open.
What was it open to?
All Spanish shit. Boxeo, shout out to Boxeo Cubano who's there, because obviously Ugas is Spanish and he's fucking checking out Boxeo Cubano.
Right, Cuban.
But I seen his username. Ugas be in the chat. Ugas be in the chat. Let me see. Did I take a picture?
Get the fuck out of here.
I swear to God. Yo, look, but Nonito be in the chat. You know what I'm saying? So,
but I'm just saying, we knew Nonito be in the chat because they're chatting.
Because he's using his real name.
I
mean, not to say that Ugas' name ain't real. That's just what he chose to be his username. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that I have a picture of it. We would have to go back to that scene. But
yeah, I'm gonna have to actually do that shit now.
But I think people would recognize it because it's like a Spanish name. It's like Combate or some shit. You got to check it out. Yeah.
But
yo, he was in the sea for 2 days on a lancha. Oh.
Sorry.
And he didn't get hit with a body shot.
Speaking of body shots.
Yeah, I got my bag.
Pull up. Actually, I'm going to pull it up because I know you've seen this. This shit's great.
What?
Shout out to Barstool. Shout out to...
What did they do?
Let me show you something. Oh, shit.
Call you coffee.
I do apologize to the people. Just went down the wrong hole.
Whoa.
Barstool. Here we go. Boom.
Shout out to Marty Ross.
Let me show you this shit.
Oh, I seen that. That shit fake, man.
You think it's fake?
That shit fake, man.
This is Large from Barstool, showing what appears to be bloody urine.
Fake.
And ugly ass toenails.
Fake.
In front of a toilet after taking these. Which there's no audio because I don't have the fucking shit. Can you just
give it to me? Give me the screenshot. I got the real one.
Large Barstool.
And he a big for nothing. Look at it. He lifting his legs up. Look, why is he jabbing with no gloves? Like Canelo's really gonna expect him to hit him.
Nah, Canelo unloading shots though.
Of course he is.
He unloading shots.
But those little bit of shots made him pee blood, man. If that pee is real, this dude's just straight softy. Canelo hit him with like 5 shots with a brand new pad bag on. Man, look, count. We could count right now. 1, 2, 3.
That's that video
4,
though.
5, 6, 7.
Ooh.
I'm done. Go pee.
He was putting some force into that though.
Yo, plus that's an old man. He ain't ever been training properly. Like,
bro, that shit is a pad. Like, you know how many fucking inches of cushion?
Have you ever seen Large though? Like, you know who he is?
Bro, if that man peed blood, he need to go check himself. That wasn't from Canelo's punches, bro. Come on, man. There's like 1,000 trainers in our community listening to this show right now. You can't take 7 punches and start peeing blood. What the fuck? Who the hell is Canelo? He-Man? Yeah, I tripping. But this is, this is why Canelo fans need a fucking name. We need something for their name. They out here.
We got people in the chat. Yeah, it seems like most people are, calling that shit fake. Calling it promo. Very well may be.
Danny, since you watch MMA, could this girl ever do boxing? Could she cross over? Yo, why your face went like that?
Is she an MMA fighter? Like, who is that?
Bro, that's Lobo Acosta.
I don't know her.
What? Come on, man. She in the UFC or something like that.
Yeah, she got OnlyFans.
Damn, that's what you noticed?
Well, because you highlighted it.
I did not highlight anything. I'm trying to go to her bio, so like my man's in them. Look, MMA fighter. Combate Global.
Oh,
she's Mexican too. How you don't know your own people?
Yeah, because I don't watch Combate Global. Like, what the fuck?
What,
bro?
man? Yo, she get down. Show me this pad work. Look at this.
Is that still a thing on? Is that still on the zone?
Slow as hell. What you mean that pad work?
Is that still on the zone? Because they used to show it on the zone. Combate Global.
I don't know.
Does the zone still show that?
Do they still show this?
I don't know. I'm asking you. I don't have the zone.
Her pad work is better than Will Smith's. I'm not gonna lie.
Her pads is better than Will Smith.
quite literally, yeah. But she's still like, you used to like look at this pad work, and I was like, man, she get bodied in the UFC just looking off based off of that pad work.
Says the UFC fan. Look,
Exactly.
look right there. Look.
She doesn't fight in the UFC though. So for you to call me a UFC fan and show me,
I was talking about him who said
okay.
she couldn't make it in the UFC based off her pad work. So this don't say UFC. This says CG. It's missing a couple letters, though. Oh, well, I take that down. But she can still transition. I mean, what weight class? Imagine her versus Ebony Bridges.
The battle of the looks, like what you getting at?
Battle of the Tonas.
you terrible.
Yo, listen. They know that sex sells. It's not just me, right? Because if they didn't, I mean, fucking Ebony Bridges' weigh-ins wouldn't be the way they were, and this young lady's Instagram wouldn't be the way that it is. They know what they're doing, you know what I'm saying? That's the unfair disadvantage that I guess not, though, because Ryan does it too, right? Like, I guess if you're an in-shape man, maybe it works the same for you. What do you think?
Why are you looking at me? Like,
for an answer? Because you're part of the conversation?
You said in-shape man and looked at me like that was the wrong look, man.
Yeah,
oh, my God. No one even knows what you look like. You just put it out there. He just put it out there. You seen that?
Now they know.
The subconscious... Now you got to come to the gym.
I'm a good
and he screen shared you. This guy's
I'm a good looking man. Don't get it twisted. I'm saying I also am true about my shit. Like, I'm out of shape.
Yeah, but I wasn't saying anything about you. I'm just saying in general, like, I can't say that it's a double standard that sex sells because it works both ways. Like, fucking, I'm sure Ryan Reynolds is like, you know, shaking him off him. But anyway. Danny's back to texting, bro. Tell her leave you alone during work hours.
I'm hitting up Evan to see where he at.
No, you not, man. Evan and he asked me is the address right. He's on his way, man. Yo, tell her you working.
Man, we always working.
Tell her if she wants to text you, it's got to be a super chat.
Yeah, that's fucking right.
Yo,
pick up your phone. $10.
Y'all always think you know, being a hoe. On my phone, I'm working, Sam. We in the back, we working.
What you doing?
We working, Sam.
Who you getting in? You schedule something?
Yeah, cause I'm curious. I just reached out to Large. I want to hear the backstory. I want to know if that story is real. If Canelo really made him pee blood.
Yo, so Boo Boo's already over there, huh? I think he's already.
Is he?
Yeah, or in Dubai.
Let's see.
Would that be too far for him to go to Dubai to only double back to wherever this?
I mean, he'd be coming back in time, but I know Dubai is a frequent vacation, or as they say out there, holiday spot.
On his story yesterday, he's got a lot of shit that kind of feels like he's in Dubai.
I'm trying to see. I see him.
I didn't know he could shoot. Check this out. Let me get that back on the screen share. Look at this. Two jumpers back to back. He wanted to go again. Like, look, net. Let me get it back. Hold up. I started to think, wait, this shit is a fucking loop because he wasn't missing. And look, but then you realize they're hating on him. They're like, nah, you making it too easy. Move your feet. So I don't know. But one of these, okay, look, there go another one. One of these going to show that he's in Dubai unless it already disappeared. You know how stories work.
Yeah, it must have.
Because these are reposts of him in some location. See, that one is Frank Warren, so we're going to have to go to that one on Frank Warren's Insta and see what that is. Let me see.
It's still.
Hey, that's a deal, right? That's a.
Zach Parker, Demetrius Andrade, Pride Park, Tune In, Fireworks.
Yo, his hair. So this is just him training. I guess the one from Dubai has already disappeared, bro.
And it could have always been an old one, as he was in Dubai about a month and a half ago. Boo Boo, that is. So it could have been a re-upload, right?
Damn. So they selling the tickets on March 31st. That just dropped, bro. When is this fight? Ain't this fight
May 21st?
Okay, that's good. March,
21st.
April, May. All right. Give him more than 45 at least.
Yeah. Oh shit, Champ was just in Cape Verde in February.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So what you thinking about this fight? You expecting Zach Parker to at least earn a name for himself, or is this another easy night for Demetrius?
Well, look, I guess we'll wait and see, right? I have been hearing of Zach Parker for about a year now.
Yeah, you told me that some of the UK guys that you work with,
right? So
in the field.
If I remember correctly, it was the Canelo Yildirim fight, the first time I've heard of Zach Parker. And I think he came up, you know what, it might have been Billy Joe, but I just remember he came up during one of Canelo's fight weeks, and I looked him up, saw some of his highlights. At that time, I'm like, yo, he ain't fought nobody, still ain't fought nobody. Now he fighting Boo Boo, so I'm excited. I honestly am.
Let me get a screen share. I mean, he looks pretty big here. Look at this. And that's not him, but this is him. Quads look crazy. He's super tall, no?
Yes, I do agree with that. I mean, he is the natural 68-pound fighter, has never fought below 68.
Wait.
He looks like a rugby player.
Oh, he's 6'8", not 7'5". Okay.
Yeah, this is 68.
Why are they chasing 6'8"? Like,
because
he's not even coming. Well, I guess you said for Golovkin he'll come back, so there's a possibility you can be a fight for Canelo. It doesn't look.
I think he ultimately comes back to 68. Canelo, that is.
Yeah.
But Zach Parker is high in the rankings for the WBO. And
damn, yo, look at everybody. Look, the tomato can enjoy the crowd. Just a kid from Florida. He gonna get his ass beat badly. Super chat. Oh shit, Keith Thurman in the chat.
Yeah, so Zach Parker is the WBO International Super Middleweight champ at #1 in the rankings. So
he's earned this position.
He's ranked for the WBO ahead of David Benavidez.
Whoa. But Benavidez got his spot already.
Yeah, on the WBC side.
Yeah. We got a $1 super chat from Keith Thurman. Damn, one time. $1. It says nothing. Then he comes back with $2. He says, respect, TBV. Respect to you. Let me check. I'm checking his YouTube channel, see if it's the same dude and just changes pictures and shit. I think so. I think my man just changes pictures every time. And why he got a picture? Who is this? This is not Keith Thurman. Screen share this. My man look like Riff Raff. Who that?
I don't know who that is, champ. But I'm surprised you know who Riff Raff is.
Bro, who didn't have MTV when they were young? All right, we could take this fake Thurman down. The Fakeinator Thurman and shit. Let's see here. So we are scheduled to have someone in studio in about 9 minutes. It's gonna get interesting. And we are talking Golovkin, Ryota Murata, which is gonna be happening Saturday. We will be doing a live fight chat. It's just gonna be at a different time than normal. We're believing they're gonna do ring walks at around 4:45 for a fight start at 5 o'clock in the morning. We'll see. Oh, they said that's Busy Bone. Boom, 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 boom. Let me open up the phone lines while we wait on these guests to come in. And yeah, let's do it.
Payday. You want payday. I know that.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Subscribe to youtube.com/theboxingvoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
All right. If you're on Discord, I need you obviously to raise your hand. And on Blog Talk, you go ahead and press that #1 button one time, letting me know that you want to talk, and we will get you on the line and obviously give you the platform. Looks like we got a couple people on Discord. Who are ya?
We got Coach JT.
All right. Well, let's get out to New Orleans. Good morning.
So interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit. Hey, with that comment. No, that was a piece of fuck you. That was a piece of shit. You know, we're doing live TV. Man, I don't care. What you gonna do about it?
I'm killing this mother. Why do you have to talk like that? Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem? Turn off your station. I'm the best ever. What up, Ness? Can you hear me?
No, sir.
Can you hear me?
No, sir. Take that Bluetooth off, champ. No bueno.
Man, I'm driving, man. This is all I can give you right now.
Yeah, we'll come back to you. Who's next there?
Coach Myers.
Coach Myers, Connecticut. What is up?
I'm the top drawer. You're pussy. I'm a way different fighter than Pacquiao. I feel like at this point right now, I'm a better fighter than Pacquiao. I mean, I keep bringing up Pacquiao. I'm letting them share the ring with greatness.
BoxingWords.com.
Yo.
Not much. What's going on, fellas? Danny, ring walk.
What's up?
Not much. I hope Triple G lose. I'm gonna just say that. Because I actually don't want Canelo to fight in the next fight. I actually want him to fight somebody else. I really don't got too much on the subject. That's really all I got. Y'all have a good day.
All right. Well, thank you. JT, let's try you one more time. We punched some buttons here in the studio. Maybe we'll be able to hear you a bit better. Whenever you are available to come back. And you know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time to voice your opinion. Is that JT? All right, let's go.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, what's up, everybody? Hey, that guy that keep bringing up Will Smith, he kind of fascinated with that fight, huh?
Yeah.
Every day.
It's the talk of the town, that damn Will Smith thing.
Yeah, I'm still rooting with Will Smith. You know, I think he'd have did the same thing if Rock would have played with him, said something about his wife. I got Will Smith in that bout. If that bout ever come into play. But I'm like what Coach Myers said. You know, I'm tired. I don't want to see that Canelo versus Triple G third fight and stuff like that. So I hope an upset comes, and I hope Triple G gets stopped. So maybe Canelo gonna be scared to fight the winner, Murata, whoever he is.
No, did you just say maybe Canelo's gonna be scared to fight the winner?
He's gonna be scared if he get dropped. If he stops Triple G, of course he's gonna be scared. You know, thing about Canelo gotta find some weaknesses in you before he pick you to fight. So let's be real here. Another thing is, Ness, I know you said you talked about it already about the Bud Crawford signing a two deal with PBC.
Yes.
You know that's for the Bud tenders out.
Yeah, but it's been a rumor. I mean, outside of YSM Sports, who I do love, he's got a great relationship with Boots Ennis. I mean, I have not seen any other sources pick that up, unless you've seen something that you can send me. Is it on Boxing Scene, ESPN?
Yeah, it's on. No, it's not on Boxing Scene. I saw it on a few channels come across my notification thing, and I read into it. Somebody's supposed to be close to the PBC side. PBC side, saying he's supposed to be fighting Keith Thurman and Errol. They got rumors coming out that it's supposed to be Danny Garcia and Errol, but
I don't really follow rumors from YouTube channels, man, unless they're a legitimate source. You know, a Fight Hype, a Fight Hub. You know, Ellie. You know, people that actually doing it out there.
All right, you heard anything about your boy Vacquez? He failed another drug test before the Shakur Stevenson fight.
Valdez, no, I didn't. I definitely did not hear Valdez failing another drug test, brother. That's another rumor.
Okay, that's another. That's another rumor.
They also saying that Errol Spence fight's canceled too, man. There's a lot of Facebook rumors. Stay away from Facebook. Listen, I got my guests in studio, so we'll be right back with you. Looks like Evan Korn has joined us from Top Rank, and we definitely appreciate it. Evan, how are you? Good morning.
Great to see you.
Austin, can you turn his mic on and mute my Discord? What are you doing over there, buddy? I'm going to jab you. So what's up, Evan? How was the ride over? Far?
12 minutes, not bad.
Okay, good.
Early morning.
Nah.
Do you usually open up the gym at 8 with Frank, or?
No. I only go to the gym on occasion, you know, if I want to check out sparring or, you know, we have a media event or something. But no, I don't go to the gym that often.
Wow, so you got up early just for us?
No, I'm always up this early.
Oh, good, good. Me too.
I'm working this early, or I'm exercising, man. No, I'm always up this early.
Oh, you exercise. Boxing training or just regular exercise?
No, running.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, you're into running.
Yeah.
What kind of shoes you got? Hookahs?
Brooks.
Oh, I got the hookahs. Yeah. What about you? You run shoes? You got running shoes?
Does it look like I run?
You could have ran a year ago and still have the shoes.
No, I do have. I just run in Nikes. I got some Nike.
He runs in his Yeezys probably.
No,
I want to use Yeezys to run, but I haven't. Mine's haven't gotten old enough to start wearing them for working out. I think my charcoal color pair might be the first because of Berlanga. Actually, I watched that little clip you guys made where he's like, he trains and runs in Yeezys. They're so comfortable, and I'm like, that's exactly why I only wear Yeezys, but I've never trained in them because it's like so expensive to train in.
Yeah, he can afford it. I think.
I know.
Yeah, no, I know people that use Yeezy specifically for running.
Yeah,
specifically for running. So
I don't know how would that.
I would recommend anybody who wants to get into running, you go to a running store, have them look at your foot, and get a proper pair of running shoes. Maybe the Yeezys are a good pair of running shoes. I can't. If they work for Berlanga, who am I to say?
So for you, how does it work? Like, do you typically do your running out? Is it outdoor, just treadmill?
Always outdoors.
Okay.
Yeah. So like in the summer, out here, you got to get out like 4:30. Yeah. To avoid the heat. So yeah, always outdoors.
Wow.
Definitely. How I was telling him because he's like, man, it's not. He just went on a hike.
I actually went to Red Rock Sunday.
Yeah.
And he's like, that wasn't a hike. It was
mountain climbing. That's not a hike, bro. You got to use your hands and feet. Like at some point in that course, you're climbing up the mountain.
Well, you're talking about one of the I've done the Red Rock Loop before, which is you run around the entire, where the cars drive. There's like a 13,
oh, you did the track. That's 11 miles.
13, yeah.
Wow. Also, you're like a legit runner.
Yeah, I know. That's my
how long does it take to do 13 miles?
It depends on the.
What's your normal pace? You use Map My Run?
No, I use the Garmin app.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's a runner. He's a runner.
Okay, so your pace if you're using the Garmin app.
Yeah, because you have the watch has your pace and everything.
So what's your pace?
Well, it depends on I've done a half marathon in like an hour and 24 minutes, so that's 6:20.
Wow, that's better than 99% of the fighters. You know that.
Yeah, but 100% of them could kick the ever-living crap out of me. So
yeah, no, of course. But it starts there, bro. Like a 6 and a 7 on Map My Fitness, you're in the top percentile of the world. What 6-7 pace? That's fast.
Usually, like Xander Zayas, Oscar Valdez, those guys can run. Yeah, and I just ran with Richard Torres a couple weeks ago in New York City. 230 pounds. That kid. That kid can run.
Wow, how was it running? Kind of cold out there, no? Pretty brisk?
I mean, if you're a wimp, yeah. No.
I'm a wimp. I ran from the East Coast.
It was in the 50s, so it wasn't that bad. Yeah, so
that's biting for me.
Run down to that trail on the West Side Highway, so it's all paid. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh, I thought you guys were running like around the New York City garbage on the sidewalks and whatnot.
Well, yeah, when you're heading west to get there, a lot of garbage.
Yeah.
One time I had a rat like almost skip over my foot. Yeah, it's New York City. Yeah.
So where are you originally from?
Long Island.
Oh, you're a New Yorker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Tri-state. I'm from Jersey originally, but I had to get out of it. You like the cold?
No, that's why I'm here. No, I love New York. I think there's a certain attitude that people have, a certain intensity that I think people know that's I kind of have.
Yeah.
And out here, people are a little more laid back, and sometimes it's just like you kind of miss it. So it's nice. We go to New York about a half dozen times a year, so I get to see family. It's fantastic.
Speaking of missing things, I don't miss New Jersey, but I do miss Florida, how nice everyone is. Like yesterday, I was forcing people to say hello on the fucking walk. It's like every time I see someone, good morning, good afternoon. And you forcing them to say it back. But like in Florida, it's so natural. Everybody's like happy to say hello and see you. It's
you
crazy.
And I have a different impression of Florida, man. I'm just
really well. I was in Sarasota,
you
man.
Lived in the States.
Suburbs. I was not in Miami or Tampa, nothing like that for sure. But it was my experience was really nice.
I think it really just depends, right? Because in my community, I live in Henderson. So I'll sit in my garage, I smoke in my garage, and it's like all my neighbors, they're walking, and they're all like either elderly or they're like, upper middle class families and stuff like that. But everybody's like super nice in my community.
I don't know. In Summerlin, I've been seeing a lot of people, but again, it's nothing like Florida where everyone says hello. That's all.
It's that southern hospitality. But I agree with Evan. I think people out here are like too nice. I think
everybody's just chill, man.
Yeah.
It's like
Too nice, really. I guess
in New
that
York,
doesn't-
you got people like running to work.
absolutely
you know?
bumping you, stepping on you.
And I guess when I compare it to Chicago, I say too nice. I think the roads out here are good comparing it to Chicago. You think the roads out here are trash. So
Comparing it to Florida.
No, the roads out here compared to New York with the potholes, because
Yeah.
you know, 'cause when it snows, the roads get all messed up. No, but the drivers out here are the worst.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
No
and,
question.
and no one's in a rush here at all. I kind of don't like it. Like Florida, speed limit is 70, but the left lane really is 90. Out here, you guys are legit doing 5 miles above 65. It's got me pissed off.
See, but the
They
problem
need to get out the way.
The problem is I'm one of the guys that does 5. I got tired of paying speeding tickets.
But where are they? I haven't seen a cop yet.
Like they're slick out here, and they'll be in like a '98 like minivan, like
Get outta
the
here.
same fucking minivan that was used in Rush Hour in the explosion scene. That same minivan, you'll like fucking cops will pull you over. And
They have California plates now. Like, so you think it's a California driver, and then all of a sudden you got lights behind you.
Yeah, do not speed. Like, you know, the tunnel that goes right to the airport. That is
Yeah.
the biggest speed trap in Vegas. The only speeding ticket I've ever got in my life was there. So if you're like headed to, you know, UNLV area, but under the airport
Right.
interchange, do not speed. If it says
Wow.
35, go 30. Yeah.
which we've gone through there a lot.
Yes.
Heading to, we're big Insomnia Cookie fans, so
I just became.
we'll cut through the airport and then we'll be right there on by the Virgin.
I've only been there twice in all my years of coming to Las Vegas. But I do want to ask, how'd you get started in the business? Being from Long Island, what was the first connection you made? Was it you just applied at Top Rank?
No, my first job in boxing was with Top Rank. So that was 4 years ago. I've been out in Vegas 7 years. I was a journalist. I worked for a couple newspapers and then kind of transitioned to PR. Was out here for a few years, worked for an agency. I did a lot of like nonprofit and government clients, that kind of stuff. So did that. And then, one day, long story short, I was just a guy with a Twitter account. I just, you know, like loved boxing ever since I was a little kid. And Brad Jacobs, who was our COO, like DM'd me one day and said, you know, because my profile said I was a publicist and everything, and he said, you know, we have an opening, and long story short, I got the gig. I mean, it's a little longer than that, but it you know, I guess they thought I was knowledgeable about boxing, and obviously I had a publicist background, and so then I met. My interview, I go in, I meet Brad Jacobs. Well, I meet Brad Jacobs, talk to him for a while, meet Bob, and then had spent about 90 minutes talking to Todd DeBuff about boxing, and I guess that was enough to get the gig.
Sounds like Danny.
No, that's honestly extremely similar to how I got my job with Ness 4 years ago. Oddly enough,
You're like, hey Ness, you like the White Sox? What's up?
So I was just like this big boxing fan, and growing up, I would watch like the big fights, but I was always like more into football, baseball, and basketball than I was boxing, just the big fights. And then I moved out here in 2015. The Air Force brought me out here, and there was no sports here. It was just boxing at the time. So the first fight that happened, it was right after Maypac, was Adrian Broner, Sean Porter. And so I fell in love with the sport, and I just became a degenerate. Like, I'm waking up at 3 a.m. to watch fights in Japan and shit.
Speaking of,
because we're gonna be calling the fight the Murata Triple G
at 5 in the morning,
at like 4 or 5 in the morning this Saturday. But yeah, and I went to Afghanistan the first time, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna start my own YouTube channel. So I'm reaching out to Sean Zettel, which I'm sure you know. Who
great with Fight Hype?
No, he's the best. Yeah.
Who had just left the Boxing Voice for
to go to
Fight Hype, and he's like, "Yo, Ness has an opportunity." I get back from Afghanistan. Ness happens to be in Vegas. Just happens to be in Vegas that weekend. No fight, no nothing.
Yeah, I was
just on vacation, and we met up at the Pepper Mill. We talked for like 2 hours, and before I left, he had already put in, credentials. My first fight was Munguia and Liam Smith. And I haven't looked back since.
That's at the Hard Rock, yeah.
That was at the Hard Rock. I haven't looked back since. So
yeah, very knowledgeable, man. It's similar to your story because it's like you said you spoke to Todd DeBuff and that was enough. And it's like as I'm talking to him, I'm like, okay, wow. You want to go to a fight? Because he knew his stuff.
I had no experience, but I was just a degenerate. Like I really watched it, and I got tired of watching interviews and seeing people in the shoes that I wanted to be in, and it's like I'm correcting them on their interviews. He's actually had 6 title defenses.
You just did that. But translation purposes, the guy was translating Canelo's words horribly.
Oh, the same shit happened. I was just in San Diego at his press conference, and I'm interviewing Canelo, and he's like, "Oh, he just said this." I'm like, "That's not what he said. He actually said this." So, I just got tired of it, and thankfully Nez gave me an opportunity, and I was doing the Air Force thing. I purposely would work graveyard shift to be able to do the boxing shit during the day. All my vacation time would go to fights, so all my leave I would travel for fights. If it was in Vegas, I just thugged it out.
Now, I kind of realize how, my journey is a little atypical. Most people don't like start at a Top Rank or a Match Room.
Right.
Most people work, they do club shows or work for a smaller promoter or things like that. So I kind of realized how fortunate I was, and especially Brad Jacobs was the guy. I mean, he's the unsung hero of Top Rank to the masses, but he's invaluable to the company and a future Hall of Famer. And I guess he saw something in me, which I'm very, very grateful for. And it's, I started, my first fight was Oscar Valdez, Scott Quigg. And
what a fucking fight.
Yeah, I mean, I started, it was Oscar Valdez, Scott Quigg, and then we had Isaac Dogbay against Jesse Magdaleno, and Lomachenko.
Dogbay Magdaleno.
Lomachenko against Linares. I mean, Alex Saucedo against Lenny Z. Like, my first 3 months, we had like a half dozen just bangers.
I was in Afghanistan for all of those. It's funny. I remember, I don't remember who Ray Beltran fought, but that
Paulus
was
Moses for when he won the title, and then Pedraza beat him.
Yeah, so that was February of 18, and I had been out there for like a week, and I remember using like the shittiest fucking stream. I knew nothing about illegal streaming.
How dare you illegally stream?
I know.
Listen, for if you're in Afghanistan, yeah, exceptions can be made.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I never knew a single thing about a VPN until I got out there. I never even heard of the term. I didn't know what it was used for. And then after being out there for like
I've never purchased a VPN.
I used the free one. The one I did purchase didn't work, but the free one I used that worked. And I would watch the fights out there that way.
Didn't you guys have the military network?
Yes, but so they would only do ESPN, so Top Rank fights, and they would do Showtime fights, but they wouldn't do like PBC on Fox fights.
What about DAZN?
They wouldn't do DAZN fights. So for certain fights, I would have to do whatever's necessary. I have literally sat on FaceTime with my buddy.
Oh my God.
To watch a fight from Afghanistan.
True degenerate for real.
Really a degenerate. But for those who may not know, just explain exactly what your job entails and what it is that you do on a day in, day out basis, what it's like for you on fight week.
Yeah, because I want to say you're more than your job title, because I know, like, I look at you like Kelly Swanson, right? No?
I mean, I think if you talk to anybody who quote unquote has my job, in boxing, whether it's Anthony Lever or Dan Barnard at Matchroom, Gardy Lopez, who does Hispanic PR for us, or anybody, all of our jobs are probably a little different. I mean, we're all publicists, but the role kind of varies. I mean, I write all the press releases, or most of them. Pitch stories. You do some fighter relation type stuff. I mean, so when people ask like, what do you do on a day-to-day basis? It's it really varies. Like today, we have we have meetings regarding Fury White. Working.
Is it really canceled? A lot of rumors going around that it's canceled.
I don't want this to come back to bite me. If it's canceled, it's news to me. Nobody's mentioned it. I mean, nobody's mentioned anything to me that it's. My flight to and from London is still booked. So fingers crossed, guys.
Did you guys put insurance? Is that customary?
Travel insurance?
Well, I think we book through like a corporate travel agency. So I think there's some refund policies, but yes, I can't answer that one. But no, I mean, for all I know, the fight's still on. Undercard will be announced soon, and we're full speed ahead.
Speaking of the undercard, unfortunately, Jared Anderson had to pull out due to an injury, and that fell through. Is there like a time window? Because I know myself and other people included were excited to see him, against a name, a Christian Hammer, things like that. So is there a time frame that you know of for his return?
I can't speak on the kid's medical health, but I mean, I think it's safe to say, a few months, and then he'll be back in the ring.
Okay.
So Aram does have some quotes on Boxing Scene suggesting that Fury may retire after the White fight, but only, but wants the Joshua Usyk fight if it can be made.
Listen,
do you get that impression?
with Tyson Fury, I never like to predict anything because he's a guy that'll say one thing one day and then the complete opposite thing. And then he'll say that he's retiring after this fight, and then the next day he'll say he'll fight till he's 45. So I don't really know. I hope Tyson continues to fight. Should he get through Dillian White? There's a lot of good fights out there for him. But it remains to be seen. I mean, Tyson is his own man. He's got a lot of interests outside of boxing, whether it's his mental health advocacy, whether he wants to do some more WWE stuff. I mean, or he wants to do, or the Francis Ngannou thing that's been talked about happens. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities for Tyson.
Is that possible?
Listen, I was a guy who said Mayweather McGregor would never happen, it would never be approved, etc. And then it became the second highest grossing fight in boxing history. So I was wrong. So I don't want to predict anything as it relates to Tyson Fury. Nothing would surprise me though.
Yeah. I do want you to tell us your story because you were in the gym with Tyson when he sparred Lovejoy. I know we had Lovejoy in
I
here.
was not in the gym. I've heard stories about it, so it's not my place to say what happened.
So Top Rank doesn't have like some sophisticated cameras in the gym and you can just press rewind.
Again, if they do, nobody has told me that. So Lovejoy's Instagram's an absolute riot, and you talk about self-promoting. That guy can self-promote.
So he didn't knock out Tyson in 28 seconds or a minute and 20, like something like that.
That I can safely say he most certainly did not. I mean, that's there are certain people out there who say things for clout and do things for clout, and it's so ridiculous that Tyson didn't even. I don't think Tyson would even respond to that.
I have never seen. Tyson
and you guys and see he says ridiculous stuff like that, and now you guys bring it up on the show, further validating the fact that when people say ridiculous stuff like that, it gets attention. Me personally, I don't even think it's worth. I don't even think it's worth the oxygen. I mean, I think this was before the second Wilder fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the third Wilder fight was a little more camp was more closed. I didn't see a round of sparring for the third Wilder fight. I probably saw 30, 40 rounds of sparring for the second Wilder fight. Not Lovejoy, but I did. I did not see anybody. I did not see anybody knock out Tyson Fury, including Jared Anderson. And if you talk to Jared, he'll say he never knocked out.
He came out.
What I can say is Tyson has said this numerous times, and Bob has said this numerous times. Of all the people that Tyson sparred, Jared Anderson by far gave him the best work. I mean, Jared gave him good. It was good competitive sparring. It wasn't like. He'd get the best of him for Tyson for a little bit, and Tyson would come back. I mean, it was just really good, competitive, world-class sparring, and that's what sparring, should be.
Yeah, no, we saw Tyson obviously didn't hold back in the third Wilder fight. He came out saying he's like, Jared is the next American heavyweight champ and whatnot. Evan, obviously there's a lot you cannot tell us, but I am intrigued. What are some crazy stories you can share with us in your time over there? I'm sure you've heard.
How about the first funniest Bob Arum story?
Oh, that's a good one.
Wow, there's so many. I mean, most of the Bob Arum stories are just like, oh, did he really just say that? It's like, oh, no, it's you see, put him on the spot with a funny Bob Arum story. Well, so a good one. We were I won't say the manager or the fighter that he's referring to, but we were at dinner in El Paso, Texas. I think Rupert Shelton Roman. It was like me, Bob. Derek Harmon, Brad Jacobson, and the manager of this fighter. And the manager's talking about a guy that he wants us to sign. And we said, yeah, no. And Bob's like, yeah, no, sounds good. No, let's do it. And the guy said, and the manager says, what I'm thinking is, we'll have, two or three warm-up fights, and then we'll get him into something big. And Bob just shakes his head. He goes, you get one. And just and the manager's like, one's cool. Yeah, no, I was thinking we could do one, and then and then we signed the fighter, and I think he ended up getting more than one warm-up fight. But it was just sort of like the manager was feeling himself because he's like, we'll sign the guy, and then he's like, 3 warm-up fights, and Bob was like, no, not on my watch.
Damn, 3.
Were you at Lomachenko Krola at the Staples Center?
Yes.
So post-fight press conference, right? I was working for you at the time. I asked.
And when Loma says he's pound for pound about Gervonta Davis.
Yeah, you remember that.
Pound for pound, the best fighter on the Twitter. Yeah.
So I bring up Gervonta, and I don't remember exactly in what sense. Obviously, somewhere in relation to Loma, given that he had just beat Crolla. And Bob goes the fuck off on me.
Well, I remember this vividly because you have to remember this has been going on for 5 years.
Right.
And I preface this by saying, like, Mayweather and Heyman, they've done a really good job with Gervonta Davis, building him into an attraction, and he's made a lot of money. And I'm not, they have done a very good job. Like, this is not just PR talk here. They really have. But they have said time and time again, no, not ready. No, Loma. This it'll be okay in 2 years. They've time and time again. At least publicly, there hasn't been. An urgency to fight Loma. I mean,
none.
I mean, it's and that's their prerogative, and they've done good business fighting lesser guys.
How do you feel about his statement? He said, "We're not going to make another company great. We're keeping all the fights in house." I mean, from a business standpoint, it does make sense. Obviously, from making the best fights, it doesn't.
No, I mean that's Gervonta's their guy, and they can do what they want, just like. We have certain guys that maybe companies on quote unquote other sides of the street have guys that they'd love to fight this top ranked guy, and the fight doesn't happen. I mean, so it'd be hypocritical for me to say like, oh, how could But again, I would have loved to have seen Gervonta against Loma. I strongly believe Loma, at 135. Or 130 for that matter, if they had fought, I strongly believe Loma would have won that fight and won it going away. But again, that's why they fight the fights, and maybe I'd be wrong.
Any chatter in the Top Rank hallways now that Gervonta Davis has been so public about this being the last fight with Floyd Mayweather?
No, I mean, no, he's right. I mean, allegedly this is his last fight under contract with Mayweather, but he's still under contract with Mayweather Promotions. So, it would be kind of foolish of us to say otherwise. He's a Mayweather fighter.
You can't even vet him at this time, because I'm sure someone else is trying to figure out what's his next move. Like, whoever has the advantage.
I mean, this goes for any fighter. This is not about Gervonta Davis. You can, you obviously, you can find out when somebody's contract is up,
ending,
and then at that point go from there.
I mean, small conversations just to show the kid that there's interest, right?
Is that illegal though? Because I know.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
I know in professional sports, like team sports, you can't reach out to a player from the other team until like a certain date, right? So you can't reach out to.
No, I mean, I don't know the legalities of when,
Okay.
but I mean, it's you can't like reach out to. You can't be like, hey, we'd love you to. Hey, ditch this company and come to Top Rank. That's for any fighter.
Yeah, no, I don't mean it that way. I mean more like, hey, we hear this is your last fight. We would love to sit down with you after May, whatever, because guess what? We got all the lightweights.
Well, listen, I'm not aware of any conversations like that have taken place. Gervonta's an excellent fighter, and and the Rolly Romero promotion, I'm sure will be fun, and
But from a media relations standpoint, do you feel that Top Rank can do not a better job, but do the job that's necessary for this stage of his career? If he's on that Top Rank platform with ESPN, can he become a bigger star?
Listen, I'm confident that Top Rank can do a good job with anybody that comes over to the platform. It's not a Gervonta Davis question, but as I said, Showtime and Mayweather Promotions and PBC have done a really good job with Gervonta Davis thus far.
I'm curious, just because that fight is a week before the Undisputed fight in Australia. How excited are you for Australia, and how excited is Top Rank to take such a big event out there? And Undisputed is something that doesn't happen very often in the sport these days, especially between two young fighters, right?
It's great that these fights are happening where they make the most sense. I think Devin's gonna be an absolute superstar. I mean, I think he's a star fighter, right? But I think has the potential to be the biggest American star in boxing. He's on that path. But right now, 40, 50,000 people in Australia. Victorian government's put up a lot of money to make the fight happen. ESPN's put up a lot of money. It's going to be a huge event. And I give so much, a lot of fighters will talk about, I'll go anywhere, I'll fly anywhere, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do that. And Bill and Devin Haney put their money where their mouth did. And every requirement that they needed to meet to make the fight happen, they did. And this is how, this is how you become great. It's rarer and rarer these days that guys go overseas to chase greatness. I always remember Tim Bradley had to go to Nottingham, England to fight Junior Witter. I believe that was a mandatory challenger type situation. But Devin, it's like what Teofimo Lopez did with Lomachenko. I mean, 15 pro fights in, and him and his dad were just like, we bubble. We don't, let's maybe the money's not exactly what we want, but let's go and let's do it. And he had a legacy-defining win against Loma, and I think, and Devin's got a really good opportunity to do the same against George Kambosos. And I know ESPN is excited. Devin's the kind, you guys know Devin very well, and you know Bill very well. They're doing everything in their power to promote this fight. They're willing and able to do everything to promote this fight. George is the same way. So I truly believe this is going to be, I know this will be one of the most viewed fights of the year. I mean, especially with the ESPN and ESPN Plus platforms, and it's going to be massive.
Well, do you happen to know now? I know we're still too far out, but do you happen to know what time the fight will take place locally? Since we'll be there, just curious.
Locally in Australia?
Yes.
I
know there's 17 hours ahead of us.
It's like 16 or 17. Yeah, so it'll be, the main event will be like late morning, noonish, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this isn't something you may not be able to answer or know knowledge of, but your opinion I would value. Why do you think Devin had to sign a top rank and Kambosos, who has all the belts, isn't a top ranked fighter? Like, according to reports, and I'm using air quotes, Devin is a top ranked Lou DiBella signed fighter in order to get this fight. Kambosos is just a DiBella fighter, or
I can't speak to the minutia of the contract, but I mean, listen, Kambosos had been signed to DiBella, was the champion, but also, and so they wanted the rematch clause. So, so that was 2 fights, and and top rank, we have a lot of great fighters at 135, and then if Devin so chooses to move up to 140,
got a lot of great fighters there.
He has Ramirez, Zepeda. Taylor probably moves up, but
right.
We've got Ramirez, Zepeda, Barbosa, Teofimo's moving up. Teofimo's moved up to 140. So, we got Loma at 135. So I think I can't speak for Devin and Bill, but they see the landscape, and they're in it to create a great legacy for Devin, and so you guys know him, as I said, he will fight anybody.
Yeah, I know, but the weird thing is that doesn't that show that Top Rank's interest and their belief is in Devin? I mean, you would assume the big promoter would sign the guy with the belts, and instead they're signing technically the challenger. So it shows that they believe the challenger could bring the belts back to the network.
Listen,
at least is how I'm
in Australia.
it.
The Kambosos Haney, I think can be a very competitive fight. What it shows is our interest and ESPN's interest is putting on the best fights, and putting on the best fights. I wouldn't say for free, because ESPN and ESPN Plus aren't technically free, but for very affordable prices. So we're putting on, Kambosos Haney is the kind of fight that other networks are putting on pay-per-view that we're putting on ESPN Plus, which is $7 a month, or if you have regular ESPN, we're putting it on as part of your cable package. So we're interested in putting on the best possible fights. I think in the last 4 years we've done 4 or 5 pay-per-view. We've done the 2 Wilder Fury pay-per-views. We've done
Crawford.
We've done 2 Crawford. We did 2 Crawford pay-per-views, and we've got Fury White coming up. So I think we've done 5 pay-per-views in the last 4 years. Really.
So are you saying that the fight is going to be on both ESPN Plus and ESPN?
So all fights that are on ESPN are also simulcast on ESPN Plus. Some of our events are exclusive to ESPN Plus, like
Crawford had an exclusive.
Crawford Horn, Fury Schwartz, and Fury Wallin were exclusive. But in the last year and a half, so any fight that you see on ESPN, if you read the press releases, it's also on ESPN Plus. So if you have an ESPN Plus subscription, you get access to every single Top Rank on ESPN fight that's not pay-per-view.
So is every fight on ESPN Plus a is Top Rank involved in every single boxing fight shown on ESPN Plus?
No, well, it's two categories. We have our prime time, we have our Top Rank promoted shows like, Taylor Catterall was ESPN Plus exclusive, but we were a promoter of that event. In a lot of cases, you see those afternoon shows or the show we had from Mexico this weekend. We have a budget and we purchase certain international shows. So you see Andrew Maloney fought on a card in Australia. That's something we purchased. Same thing with we a lot of the MTK events. That get shown in the afternoon. So all those we have a budget. We purchase.
Okay.
Fights.
Speaking of the Maloney brothers, this weekend they're back. Right, they're fighting in California on your show this weekend. I'm hearing that the goal is to get them back for
correct.
June. Okay, but.
Well, as long as they win and knock on wood, no cuts. They both are from the Melbourne area. They grew up like 40 minutes from Marvel Stadium. So so that's the idea, to get them back for a homecoming. I know, obviously the local promoters over there. It only makes sense to have some more local talent over there, and they're both world-class guys. So.
Any American names that you can give us that you guys maybe have confirmed or are looking for the card?
No, not as of yet.
Okay.
I think most of the show will be Australia and New Zealand talent. Maybe I know Cambosis might have a guy on the card.
I know Devin has
Amari
Jones on the card.
Yeah, though I think he had to get vaccinated. Last time we was in the gym, I kind of heard them say something about you on the card. Now you got to get that vaccination.
Right.
Yeah, I can't speak to that. I think I do believe Devin does have a slot on the card, so that might be the American gentleman you're talking about. Okay. But pretty safe bet that both Maloney brothers will be on the card.
How many fighters does Top Rank have right now? Do you know?
I have a spreadsheet.
A ballpark number, maybe. I know that's.
Are they at the 200 mark already?
No. 70 maybe. 70, 80.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's not like 200. No, because it's. Even though we do,
it's hard to get 200 fighters dates.
Well, even though we have, you went there, not me. No, listen, we have a certain amount of dates, and it's all math. You have a certain amount of dates, and each guys have a minimum amount of fights you have to give them, and so in order to accommodate that, you have to, you can't, we can't have our roster be 300-400 people. That it wouldn't be fair to those fighters.
Who has that final say when a fighter gets cut? I remember Ivan Nahara got cut, right? Is it not? Am I saying that?
Yeah,
right?
I think that was before my time. I mean, like when a fighter gets signed or when a fighter gets cut, that's usually a team decision. It's Brad Goodman and Bruce Trampler, our matchmakers, have a big input into who they sign. Obviously Todd and Bob.
You were around for my Dominican brethren. He got cut after one loss to Kenneth Sims.
Listen, I liked Elvis and he's trained by Freddie and this has nothing to do with Elvis as a person, but there are many factors that go into that sometimes fans don't see and don't know, and then they'll say, well, why'd you cut this guy? It's like, but sometimes it's in the best interest of the fighter. Like we had a guy named Carlos Castro from Phoenix, and that was just sort of a mutual, there's better opportunities elsewhere, and so he went his separate way, and he got those opportunities with PBC. And sometimes fighters that are on different promotional companies come,
for like Jamel Herring, he was with PBC, and he had a better experience at Top Rank. He became a world champion.
Yeah, and Carlos Castro had more opportunities with PBC, and it goes both ways. And
well, I asked about Elvis because it seems like he's bounced back, and whatever it is that I guess Bruce Trampler and Brad it hasn't shown yet.
Well, it wasn't necessarily in that. Again, I don't want to get into the details there. But it's, as I said, the signing and dropping of fighters is always a team discussion. It's Brad and Bruce, Carl Moretti, Bob, Todd. I mean, our legal counsel. There's a lot of people and a lot of voices that go into the decision, and those decisions aren't taken lightly. There's guys that everybody said, well, you dropped Elvis Rodriguez after one loss, but Jose Vargas got knocked out in one round, and we kept him, and because
Gabriel Flores as well.
Yeah, Gabriel Flores, and he's still on the Top Rank roster. So there's this. I think there's this impression that every time a prospect or somebody signed to Top Rank loses, that we automatically dropped them. Like, no, that's not the case. But I do believe there is that perception because of guys like Elvis. But
it's got to be economics though, right? Like a kid like Flores actually sells tickets.
It's not. Listen, economics play a part of it. But it's not always that. I mean, it's a lot. There's a lot more minutia and a lot more that goes into that than sometimes the fans see.
I got a few questions from the people. After we'll get to some Patreon.
I was just curious for you, what has been, for whatever reason, maybe location, maybe the fight itself, but what has been your most memorable fight that you've worked?
Oh, that's Fury Wilder 2 and Fury Wilder 2 and 3. Fury Wilder, that whole experience. Okay. Because again, there's a little more juice to it when it's a big fight. When it's again, and I get along great with the PBC people, and working with them was great. Just as a preface, but when it's us against a rival promoter, there's a little more juice to that when your guy beats their guy, and it's gone the other way where Michael Conlon just lost to Lee Wood, or Maurice Hooker knocked out Alex Saucedo. So it goes both ways with things like that. But those two fights, Zepeda Baranchik, which, I got to be in attendance for a fight of the year that 70 people were at because it was in the bubble. Mm-hmm. So, years later, there's not going to be anybody that can say I was at that fight because unless you were a top rank employee, part of the camps of one of the fighters or Nevada State Athletic Commission, you were not there. Or maybe the security guard at MGM. And Alex, but my all-time favorite fight, maybe not the best, but up there, but my favorite fight was Alex Saucedo against Lenny Z.
That was OKC,
that was
right?
a war.
It was an OKC, and Alex is a beautiful human being, and he obviously had that accident, the brain bleeds after Barbosa, but he bounced back from that, and he's out training fighters in OKC. He made some smart investments in real estate, so he's doing well, and you're gonna see him training world-class professional fighters at some point. I mark my word on that.
Nice. I got James Valdez from San Antonio, Texas. He says, with so many insights in the boxing industry, can you share with us your most memorable experience with the legendary Manny Pacquiao?
Well, no, I never worked with Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao had the Lucas Matisse fight on ESPN Plus, which was January 2018, just after I started. But I never met Manny Pacquiao. So I'm sorry, James.
To this day, you've never met the senator?
No, never met Manny. But I know he's one of Bob's all-time favorite fighters, still beloved in the top-ranked offices, and everybody who I work with that met him just adores Manny.
Ruin 504 New Orleans. He says, what would you change about the business of the sport if you could?
I would love fighters to be more active. I think, you see guys that, you see the fighters don't fight enough. And it's tough to build guys into superstar level fighters when they're fighting once or twice a year. I like to think we keep our guys more active than most major promoters. So I'm proud of that. But I think activity, building a star, you need to be seen. You can't just fight once a year. So I like that. And I think I'm a boxing fan first and foremost. I'd love, there's certain fights that don't get made that I'd love to see, but with this schedule that's upcoming with Inoue Donaire and Haney Kambosos, there's Spence Ugas, there's some very good fights coming up.
I got some more from the people, but I gotta ask. I was around for Pacquiao. Well, you weren't, but Pacquiao.
Horn. You talking about Jeff Horn?
Pacquiao, who the hell he fought in the Venetian in China?
Algieri, Rios.
Okay, so Bob put together some packages. Are we getting any media packages for Australia?
TBD.
I think he put together, because, my memory isn't great, but for boxing it is. I believe it was like $1,500 per media person, all included, right? I remember Radio Raheem did a whole video of how well Bob Arum was treating the media.
You're talking.
That was also like 15 years ago, 12 years ago.
I mean.
It's like 7 years ago.
Yeah, was the Venetian when he had to deal with them.
Yeah, no comment.
No comment.
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, you are media relations.
Yeah, they just haven't, put it together,
I got to get my job title changed, man.
Keep us in the loop because that trip is serious,
And I mean,
we're considering stopping somewhere just to cut it down. It's so.
You're considering that. Honestly.
I would totally stop. I mean, sources close to the camp say someone stopping in Hawaii. I would love to be in Hawaii too.
But
Well, I don't think I'm not going to be in Hawaii, so
that's totally different.
No,
though.
I know it's different.
That's like a month before.
I hear all that.
All
I'm
right.
just saying they gave the idea, and I'm like, well, you know what? That doesn't sound bad. I only been in Hawaii once.
Listen, if there's such a thing, Ness, obviously I will let you know.
Thank you. We have Coach Myers, who's been following you on Twitter. He says, last year you tweeted, Terrence Crawford wants the big fights but won't sell his soul. What did you mean by that tweet? What did you mean by selling his soul?
I don't remember tweeting that. Listen, I do know this about Terrence Crawford. He, obviously there's a situation going on, but I'll say this about Terrence. I know he wants every fight. There's no fight that Terrence Crawford doesn't want. And it takes two parties to tango when it comes to making a big fight.
London runs boxing, obviously, and London says, what's good, Evan? Now that Kambosos Haney is finally finalized, can I ask, was Teofimo Lopez ever undisputed lightweight champion?
That's it. You see what happened was
you see the way my bank account is set up. I got the checking and the savings. No, it's funny.
What I will say is that was a very convoluted situation and not fair to Devin Haney and not fair to Teofimo Lopez.
Can I get a screen share, please? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Evan.
Yeah, not fair to Devin Haney, not fair to Teofimo Lopez. The one thing I can say is,
Evan.
Well, no, that was a tweet from
the story.
That was a tweet from the story. That was the title of the story. That was
yeah.
I just tweeted that from the article. So that was the title of the story. That wasn't something I actually like.
No, tweets are endorsements around here. Forget that. If you tweet it, you meant it.
What I'll say is the good news is after June 4th here, June 5th in Australia, there will be no doubt as to who is undisputed.
Absolutely.
Devin Haney always had the WBC lightweight title. Teofimo had the WBC franchise title. And at the time, I joked with this about Devin and Bill when I met him. At the time, we promoted that as the undisputed, and now we're promoting this as the undisputed.
You know, it's funny because Bob has that infamous quote where he's like, but I don't know, something like yesterday I was lying, today I'm telling the truth.
So that is, by the way, that is
not true.
No, so the context of that there's actually Bob just told the story recently in a feature, but it was in the 80s. Bob was they're talking about they're at Syracuse or something, and out drinking at the bar one night, and they were asking who would win, fighter A or fighter B. Bob said fighter A. The next night, the same conversation was going on. Everybody had a few pops in them. Bob said fighter B. And somebody asked Bob, well, yesterday you said fighter A would win. Today you're saying fighter B. And Bob, off the cuff, said, well, yesterday I was lying. Today I was telling the truth. And then a few years later, it got brought up in a major article out of context. And then that sort of became has followed Bob for over 30 years. So for people who want to say that and think it's like some sort of gotcha moment that Bob is dishonest or whatever, well, the origins of that story are kind of funny and offhand and doesn't really have any relevance to a point people are trying to make.
But it does have some sort of relevance, I guess, from the outside looking in. Like I was in Mexico for the convention and I met Moretti there, and he's like, Devin Haney's a good little fighter. Bob said, Devin is a good fighter, but he's still young. Mauricio said, no, we have to protect Devin. He's a young fighter. When all this was happening for the Lomachenko, now all of a sudden Top Rank is like, Devin can be the next big All-American superstar. Or he's, what was another term? Like homegrown American. I don't know, something. I've been hearing like a lot of chatter, and it's like, he's the next American. So it's just changed now. You see that.
No, I get why people think there's inconsistencies or whatever, but I mean, I always thought that. I mean, it's not like anybody who watches Devin Haney, it's like, yeah, he's a very, very talented fighter. He could be the next American superstar. There's a few fighters out there that could be the next big American superstar. Devin's one of them. And
who else do you see on your stable?
Shakur.
I mean, Shakur is on his way. Obviously, I think Jared Anderson could be. Since he's a heavyweight, Jared can be something sensational. I mean, if you're talking about young guys, I know he's not American, but watch out for this kid from Ireland named Paddy Donovan. He's a southpaw. He's from Ireland. I think
We've seen him fight.
I think he can be a special fighter. He's not. He lives in America, but he's Puerto Rican, but he's bilingual. Xander Zayas is the total package. 19 years old. Has the maturity of a 29-year-old.
Yep.
Really good family around him. Good management. Good everything. I mean, Xander and is following the program. Our matchmakers are doing a great job building him up. Bruce Shushu Carrington.
Wait. Following the program, so what? Some prospects get upset?
No, I'm saying he's a kid that knows that he has guys like Brad Goodman, matching him. If you look at the Jose Luis Sanchez fight, those outdoors, 890 degrees in Tucson, that Sanchez kid's tougher than a $2 steak, and he took him 6 rounds. I mean, his last fight was in against Quincy Lavalier, who you could hit him with a chair over the head, wasn't going to move. I mean, that's what I mean by following the program, fighting the guys when they say this is the right guy at the right time. Xander says, "Great, let's do it." But obviously he wants to fight King Kong already, but sometimes you have to slow down these young fighters. And so when I say following the program, it's we have the best matchmaker in the world in Brad Goodman, and more times than not, way more times than not, when you follow that program and you continue working hard and developing as a fighter, you're going to become a champion.
What do you think about Keyshawn Davis?
I was right when I said Bruce Carrington. I think Keyshawn Davis again has the potential to be something special, pound for pound level stuff, and he's a really great kid, charismatic. I mean, him and Bruce Carrington, not only are they really good young fighters, they have just charisma, personality.
So earlier you brought up obviously how things change in certain situations as far as cutting people, keeping people, whatever the case may be. And you mentioned a couple things as far as fighters promoting themselves. I want to know about fighters and their public relations as far as like speaking, interviewing, things like that, because obviously that's what I do and something that I work on because I know I'm not perfect at it. Is there somebody on Top Rank that works with these fighters as far as talk
for preparation of an interview?
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a lot of fighters that struggle, and I'm like, man, if he would just interview better, he would be so much bigger.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it depends. Some guys have their own personal publicists who work with them. I'll give guys pointers. Like you're kind of using this as a crutch, you're using that as a crutch. At the same time, what are you going to tell a guy like Tyson Fury? That guy's just a natural. You just let
but he's a natural.
You just say, hey, this is who's interviewing you. They're more X, Y, and Z, and you sort of prepared them for the type of interview that's going to come. But listen, you talk to the guys, you give them pointers. Some guys are naturally, some guys are naturally more charismatic or naturally more comfortable in front of a microphone than others. A lot of times, guys will get a lot more comfortable the more they do it, if I see a guy interview he's just not really bringing it, I'll take him to the side and I'll say, I'll sort of give him pointers and you try to prepare them best they can.
I've had a 1-0 fighter that I interviewed during a pay-per-view fight week tell me, oh, you got to coordinate with my
publicist.
And I'm thinking, I'm like, I just interviewed your promoter. You don't think you're 1-0, It's like, what are you doing, man? Like
sometimes, it depends on the publicist. I mean,
Julie's like that.
If it makes you feel any better, it was not a Top Rank. Top Rank.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think I get where the publicists are coming from. Sometimes if they're younger and they're still developing their persona and everything, you don't want not saying it's you, but you don't want them to get sort of ambushed and being put
that makes sense.
Be put in a situation where they're uncomfortable or not prepared. So I get that to an extent.
Kind of like this situation right here, obviously with the whole Top Rank lawsuit with Terrence Crawford. I know you can't say much, but would you agree that the optics look better for Top Rank now with all these new signings and Shakur in a major fight, Keyshawn, you got Shushu?
I'm not going to go there because, again, ongoing legal situation. Top Rank, we look for the best young talent, whether they're black, white, Mexican, Puerto Rican. We just look for the best young talent. and that's that really. I mean, we've signed a lot of really good young UK fighters, Kurt Walker, Kieran Molloy, both from Ireland, from across the pond, Keyshawn Davis, Bruce Carrington, Tiger Johnson, Dante Benjamin, a lot of great young fighters. And again, we believe in their talent, and the race has nothing to do with it. We're just looking for the best possible talent. But as for the lawsuit, obviously, that's ongoing, so no comment.
But optically, it looks better.
Evan, I do have a bone to pick with you. Let me tell you.
We got some more on Patreon for him before he goes. He's almost been an hour too.
I'll get to Patreon, no problem.
Stephen in UK says, what do you think of Taylor Catterall decision? Do you think Catterall deserves another shot? Or do you feel the scorecards were correct? Now TBV is in Las Vegas. Will they get the same A-star treatment as Brian Campbell? Thanks for coming on the show, Stephen in UK.
Well, I like Brian Campbell.
I love Brian.
He's obviously new. He's doing a lot of great stuff with CBS. Taylor Catterall decision. I didn't think. I've seen probably 200 more egregious decisions in my life. I know it sounds like a cop out. I didn't score at ringside. It seemed at the time. When I was watching it, it seemed like a very, very, very close fight, like a 1-point fight, either way kind of fight. So I was a little surprised at the level of the outrage. I think a lot of this happens because as fans, we're always like the underdog always gets screwed, right? So I think fans, to a large degree, when there's a close fight and a big upset and a big underdog, and then the favorite and the hometown guy gets the decision, there's a natural inclination to say that the underdog got robbed. Catterall is a hell of a fighter, fought a heck of a fight. If Taylor moves up like he said, at some point, Jack Catterall, a rematch would be a great fight.
How do you feel about the decision of the WBO to rank him below number 3, giving Tio
the number 2 spot and Liam Parle the number 1 spot?
I'm not on the rankings committee, man.
No, but just your opinion,
Listen. They have WBO as a ratings committee, and they have a job to do, man. I listen, when it comes to the rankings and stuff, they have a reason for doing what they do. If Taylor moves up and vacates all the belts, there's 4 opportunities for Jack Catterall to potentially have a title, and maybe one of the organizations will mandate him.
This is a fun one because obviously the world thinks this is a conspiracy. Jay Miller says, why did ESPN remove Loma's loss on the fight broadcast? Please don't act like you weren't unaware of this.
Listen, you work in live TV, people make errors, and there was somebody on the graphics team made an understandable error. I've made mistakes. You make mistakes.
Absolutely.
Somebody made a mistake, and it was unintentional. And the record shows Vasily Lomachenko lost to Orlando Salido, and he lost to Teofimo Lopez. And he's still, in my opinion, one of the best freaking fighters in the world.
Absolutely.
And those losses don't change that. And we're not trying to hide the fact that Vasily Lomachenko lost twice. And the only reason he lost twice is because he is the most ambitious fighter I've ever seen and went for a world title in his second pro fight. Lost a split decision to a guy that came in overweight, punched him in the nuts about 87 times, had Salido hurt in the 12th round, and might have deserved the decision anyway. So if that's a terrible loss, so be it.
That's that fight right there. Kind of, I don't know. It's kind of funny. I remember watching Salido come in overweight, and I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like this.
Felt like Floyd Marquez?
Look, I didn't like it, and then on top of that, it kind of felt like, I'm trying to think of the fight that Joseph Agbeko and Abner Mares. It was like so many low blows, and I'm like, when are they gonna do something about it?
So to me, when people, you see the dumbest crap on Twitter when people are like, "Oh, Loma can't be great because he's too lost." I'm like, no, he's challenged himself against the best time and again. He wanted Gervonta Davis. He wants every world class fighter, and when hopefully when this this Ukraine situation calms down, he'll be back and he'll be looking for the biggest challenges.
Pay-per-view against Haney, right, for Undisputed?
Yeah, I mean that could happen at some point. Yeah.
We have Alejandro Vega that says, what's your favorite New York Mets memory? Mine is the comeback against the Braves, capped off by Mike Piazza's home run in the 8th inning on September 21st, 2001. First sporting event in New York after 9/11.
Easy question. I was there when Bobby Jones pitched the complete game one-hitter to advance the Mets to the NLCS in 2000.
When they eventually lost in the World Series against the Yankees in the Subway Series, but
yeah, I mean, listen, this guy's with his White Sox hat now. He's trying to talk shit about being a Yankees man. Listen, because Bobby Jones from Fresno, California, we're obviously we do a lot of great fights. But no, I was 13, 14 years old in the stands for that. So easy question.
Israel Weber in Oklahoma says, thanks for coming on the show. Maybe not directly to you, but I appreciate that Top Rank puts on fights in Tulsa, as I've been to all of their over the past few years. Keep coming. Lunch on me when next in Oklahoma. Also, keep Jeremiah Milton busy. Love watching him box. He's a friend of the show. He's actually not with Top Rank, but we spoke about that, right?
No, yeah, he's I believe he's signed.
Mike Leonardi.
Yeah,
and to Hudson.
Tony Holden. So yeah, he's obviously sells tickets in Tulsa, and he's a good guy to have on cards when you come to Tulsa. And Mike's a heck of a manager, so I know he's in good hands.
We got to make that DeAndre Savage fight. You guys put on some heavyweight fights during the bubble that are on that level, like Jared versus the insurance guy that eBay. Yeah, eBay. No. You built him up. Bisbal versus someone.
No, Bisbal was never in the bubble, I don't believe.
No?
No. But
he fought some guy from Chicago, the white guy from Chicago. When was that fight? It was Victor Bisbal.
No, it was Victor. That was Devin Vargas, who's from Ohio,
Puerto Rican, right? Devin?
That was at Turning Stone right before the pandemic.
Okay, right before the pandemic. Yeah. That's why I felt like a bubble fight.
But eBay was, again, the bubble was a pain in the ass and wasn't the most fun working experience as you can imagine. But I gave guys like Kingsley eBay, Clay Collard, my favorite. Valuable
the prospect killer. He earned the name.
Some valuable TV time, which was cool.
Let me tell you, I felt that he made so much of a name for himself that when
he got a PFL deal too.
Well, when he was fighting in PFL, I think that he was such a big deal that boxing. I would tune in to watch him on PFL.
Oh wow. No, I'm proud of the fact. I think some of his popularity in PFL was directly correlated to what he did with us in ESPN. So I was rooting for him the whole way, and he's had a bit of a rough patch in boxing, but he'll be back in the PFL.
And PFL was smart about it too, because I remember they put him like co-main to Clarissa when Clarissa made her debut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
last one is from Young Tigre. Does Canelo stop Bivol?
I don't believe so.
Do you believe he wins though?
Listen, I believe he wins, but I think Bivol's a live dog.
When you travel all over the world, all over the country for these fights, how much are you actually able to enjoy? Right, I travel, do my job. I'm able to go to dinner at night, able to maybe go out.
Yeah, it doesn't stop for you.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, not you don't get to explore the cities as much as you'd like. You go out for dinners. I as I mentioned before, I do running, so I explore cities that way. So Glasgow is run all around the city and things like that. So that's how I really explore the cities. And hopefully have like at least one night out on fight week, but it depends.
Nestor and I will go running with you in Melbourne.
13-mile run. Did you experience the quote-unquote runner's high?
I always get a runner's. Every time I run, I always get a runner's.
Have you ever tried smoking and then running?
No, I'm not a smoker.
Oh, edibles? Nothing?
No, maybe on a long plane trip.
I asked because when I was doing a lot of running, I had started looking up the whole runner's high, and then it kind of, because of the word runner's high, it straggles off into people that actually smoke and run to achieve the runner's high.
A lot, like in the ultra marathon world, like the long distance people, there are some people that will get high before they run, but that's not for me.
I had a friend, obviously being in the Air Force, we do have fitness requirements, probably like the bare minimum, hence how I got fat, right? Mm-hmm. But I had a friend, so we would always do push-ups, sit-ups, waist measurement. You'd get 5 minutes and then make your way to the track to run your mile and a half. I had a buddy in those 5 minutes. He would always light up a black and mild, and he'd get to like halfway.
That's tobacco.
Yo, exactly. But we were in the military camp. He would get about halfway, and then he'd run like a 8-minute and 30-second mile and a half, a 9-minute mile and a half.
That's very fast.
And
for the average person.
And I'm like, how do you do it? Like, and he was like, yo, just opens my lungs up is what he would say. Opens my, I'm like, I don't know if that's the actual thing, but he's like, yeah, bro, it just makes me feel so much better when I'm running. Like,
yeah, no, he could imagine how fast he could be if he wasn't an idiot. No.
Evan, but those are all our questions. We're going to go to a quick intermission, take a picture with Evan, and be right back. We want to thank everybody for joining us. If you haven't already done so, hit that thumbs up button because this was an amazing interview. I knew you guys enjoy his story, and I think they're going to enjoy Frank whenever we get him in here. I really want him to tell his story as well.
Make sure to follow Evan on Twitter at Cornerman44, and that's corner with a K. You know, he doesn't even follow me back. That's really my bone I have to pick with him, but we'll talk about it.
You had a few bones to pick with.
As soon as I leave the studio.
Yeah.
He had a few bones to pick with you today. 12 years. I never expected it to turn out like this. TheBoxingVoice.com. Shout out to the community, man. I appreciate y'all.
What's happening, people? Info Joe, Los Angeles, in the building.
Adrian, the problem wrong, the man from the frozen tundra.
Keem, straight out of Florida. Liz Lowe, Decatur, Georgia.
You already know what it is. It's the Queen, Martha K, Detroit, stand up.
David Maldonado, New York City. Yo, Nuts, don't cut me off, man. Don't cut me off.
King Amin of Essex, catch me for them championship rounds.
Big Super Mac, Plainview, Texas.
Davidian in Buffalo. God bless you all.
Jesus' name.
Without Chad ain't nothing. Without the callers, it ain't nothing, man.
Bad Girl, TKO, San Diego, California.
Big Fish Vega, Palm Beach, Florida.
Intrigue the Incredible, straight out the ATL. James Benitez, Huntsville, Alabama. It ain't hating, it's just the truth.
Show Kid, Mount Vernon, New York, suckers.
SDS Promotions.
Coach Mide from London, UK.
Checking in from Tennessee, it's Lethal James, P-A-Y-N-E. It's lethal.
Line 6 Reed, just spreading that boots gospel.
Bo from Bama, only in America.
Well, I'm a true attestation to the American dream.
King Born, Crown Heights, Brooklyn. You heard? 4 chicken wings and french fries, breakfast of champions. Let's get to it.
JT, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Stuff like that.
Yo, TVV, this Coach J-Mac. New Orleans, Louisiana, 504, baby.
What have you?
C. Y. E.
California.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, join YouTube members and Patreon for some.
This is the #1 pound for pound and 2-division champion, Marvin the Tank Furman from Dallas, Texas.
LB Sugler, from DC to Stunt City, Bomb Squad.
Brandon Maurice, aka the AJ Trucking, straight out of Cincinnati, baby.
Madbad 100, U.S. Virgin Islands.
Chick Chickarelli, Hollywood, California.
Louis Reyes, Boston, Mass. Yo, drop that SDS shit,
This
son.
message was
All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That was a fantastic interview that we just had with Top Rank Media Relations, Evan Korn. And as we were taking that picture, in walks in the champ. Yes, Jamie Mitchell walked in, and we will be conducting an interview with her right now. So if you haven't already done so, you haven't dropped her a question, now is your opportunity to do so. Head on over to patreon.com/The Boxing Voice and ask her anything, obviously within the lines, and we will address her directly by you and, get her thoughts on the matter. Either or. I think she wants to sit there. She already has her stuff there. You can come in. Watch your head. What, a laptop? Phone holder? You the champ, man, not me. It's all good. Can we make sure you adjust her mic and stuff? And Austin, is it on? Because I don't. So we caught you. Are you a morning person, champ?
Not really.
Can you speak into the mic?
Oh,
Thank you.
Not really, but I can.
What time do you normally get up?
Just depends on what I have to do that day. But like Saturdays, I'm a morning person because I have to be. But I usually get up early, but then I go back to sleep. So, yeah.
So let's start with some generic questions. What got you into this sport? Obviously, women's boxing doesn't have as many fighters in per division as men, which means that not that many women have the ambition, let alone the heart that it takes to do this sport. What made you decide to be a fighter?
Hard times, you know what I mean? Always kind of like loving to fight, so I think boxing just kind of suited me.
And you're a resident here of Las Vegas, but you're from originally California?
Yeah, Los Angeles.
So anybody that you pull inspiration from that area, anyone in growing up that kind of influenced you to be a fighter, or you would just gravitated on your own?
I gravitated on my own, but Mike Tyson influenced me to actually get in the ring, start boxing.
And did you find your first gym in Cali?
I found my first gym in Texas.
Okay, how'd that happen
Savannah's
from Cali?
Boxing Club. I was a foster child, so you know what I mean. They said I was like too bad for the state of California. So they shipped me from Los Angeles to Texas until I turned 18. Basically told me not to come back.
How many years in the system?
All my life, from birth to like 18.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Oh, wow. So how was it for you dealing with that? Is that the motivation? Because let me let you answer it. How was it for you? Do you use that to fuel you in the sport?
Well, dealing with that was just that was normal for me. I mean, I didn't have anything else to base it off of, so that was just what it was for me. I mean, and being in that type of environment day in and day out from the time that you can remember all the way to you're 18, it definitely gives you that fight. You know what I mean? Because I came from child abuse, starvation, all kind of dark stuff. You know what I mean? So I had to fight my way through that. So.
Yeah, I'm sure you fought a lot in the foster system itself. Obviously,
yeah.
I feel like I can relate being a person that has gone to jail. I feel like having that many personalities in one room is never a good thing. How were your experiences coming up?
Well, I think going to jail and coming where I come from is different, because going to jail is like you kind of put yourself in that situation.
Absolutely.
My situation is like my mom's choices got me taking them from her at 10 days old. You know what I mean? So I was already institutionalized. You know what I mean? So dealing with that, it was just, I think my rage that I had from the child abuse, from the starvation. I mean, I can remember being so hungry and thirsty, I drank toilet water. You know what I mean? So it was just like that type of stuff give you a whole different mindset. You know what I mean? And gives you that warrior mentality, kill or be killed.
I got to know the situation. What drove you? Like, where were you that you were forced to drink the toilet water?
So I was in this place in Los Angeles. I don't remember. I was like 6 years old when I left. And she would just starve me. Or if she felt like feeding me, she would like sit me on the ground.
And you mean your foster parent?
Yeah. Wow. Sit me on the ground and make me eat cereal with rotten milk type stuff. So, and then if I peeked out my head out to like basically I'm hungry type look, you know what I mean? She would just look at me. I knew what that look meant. Like disappear or else, So I just went to the nearest bathroom and start drinking water.
And this is what I meant when I said, like, do you use this as motivation? Because, again, I didn't want to give you my way of thinking until I heard your story. But, like, I want to prove those people wrong, that they made a mistake, like that they should have treated me better. Like, look who I am. This is who you had in your presence at that time. And you didn't give me the love and the nourishment that I needed. But, look, I'm a champion, or working to be a champion before you became one. I'm just asking, did you pull that as motivation? But I guess not.
I don't think so. I can't. I think at this point I'm proving people in the game, in the boxing industry wrong. Or I had friends that I was like giving money to, helping them out for holidays, that told me, I came out the Olympic trials and I had, the Olympic wear on, and you look stupid in that. You know what I mean? Like people that I was feeding. So it's like, I'm way past the darkness that I went through. I gotta be. You know what I mean? At the same time, I have a child myself, so I can't hold on to that and like, look what you guys did to me and poor me kind of an attitude. I'm past all of that.
How much, if any, has boxing influenced you or maybe changed you as a mother? Because I've seen with other fighters who are parents, maybe the structure or maybe all the sacrifices that they make because of the sport and for their family kind of leads them to invest more time in their family and spend more time with their kids. What's it
funny?
like for
Earl
you?
just said the exact same thing on All Access.
For me, I started boxing before I had my kid. So for me, to kind of piggyback off your original question, boxing was my first love. It didn't save my life, but it was my first love.
I got you.
So, I got in the ring when I was like 16.
Right.
You know what I mean? I started taking off with my career in 2009. I had my son in 2007.
Okay.
So to me, I was already shaped as a parent. You know what I mean? Boxing was just like kind of like it chose me. You know what I mean?
How does your son feel about what you do?
He love it. You know what I mean? He used to sit ringside when I was sparring. Keep your hands up, mommy. Like when he was a little kid, stuff like he don't know no different.
Teenager now. Do you think he'll follow in your footsteps?
No, sir.
You wouldn't allow him though.
Absolutely.
Sounded like that.
No. He trained with Roger Mayweather.
Oh wow.
And he told me, mommy, boxing is too hard. He was like 6. So he figured out quick he didn't want to do it. What he does now is jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
So he actually has a fight coming up April 30th out here in Vegas. So I support him as far as that's concerned. So.
Okay.
So Ms. Mitchell, you're 37 years old, only have 8 fights, but became a champion, and you have 2 draws. So were there any doubts on the way to that world title versus Shannon Courtney where you were like, man, this ain't for me, or, I'm not getting these decisions, it's too much of a struggle? How was it for you? Because you do have 2 draws before you were able to get that world championship.
Let me clear those draws up right quick. Those draws are very argumentative for me. You know what I mean?
More reason for it to be a mental thing.
Even if you go back and watch the footage on both of those draws, it's kind of ironic that I even got those draws. But we don't worry about what happened yesterday. We just move forward. You know what I mean? We can't fix that, obviously. You know what I mean? The judges felt the way they felt, and that's it. And to answer your question, no, it didn't really have no effect on me feeling insecure. I chose to sign a contract to fight Shannon. So obviously I had some type of belief in myself to go out there and get the job done.
So it's funny. We just had Evan Korn from Top Rank, and we were discussing Lomachenko, his first title opportunity fighting Orlando Salido. Salido comes in overweight. He had the belt, he comes in overweight, and that fight, obviously the belt was only on the line for Loma, which he ended up losing, but there was a lot of talk. When Shannon missed weight, was there like a thought in the back of your head like, oh shit, here we go? Like, you get what I'm saying? They're not respecting the contract. They're coming in. Obviously, at that point, the title's not on the line for her.
Or did you just relate because she called it her menstrual cycle, no? Pretty sure. No? Oh, sorry.
Yo, come on. Listen, check it out. Are these my headphones?
Yeah.
All right. Y'all just kind of threw me in the seat. Listen, I'm a woman, and, I have my woman thing every month as well. And if y'all go back and watch the fight, y'all gotta look at the fact that she was wearing white tights. And as a woman on your menstrual cycle,
ain't no woman wearing white.
Not wear white
Ain't
tights.
no woman wearing anything white.
We know Shannon's full of excuses. You know what I mean? And, it did not have any like, I had to stay focused. You understand me? So at the end of the day, I couldn't worry about what was going on around me. I had to just worry about me and my team and what got us to this point. And
Absolutely.
I knew I was on weight the night before. I went to sleep on weight and then shedded a pound in my sleep. So that's all we cared about. You know what I mean? Of course, we would have liked to get a little bit more as far as the purse is concerned. We didn't get nothing as far as her not making weight. But my whole concern was getting my foot in that door and becoming a world champion. So
what was that like for you, going out there and fighting on a big stage, right? Up to that point, you hadn't really fought on any of those big stages, but you did that night a hell of a fight, And
I mean, I rank Boscas, Naomi. What about you?
Well, no, I'm saying as far as like in front of thousands of people and things like that. Just
it was like 30 to 40,000 people.
Yeah.
In there.
Just curious on what was that experience for you? Like, not just as a fighter, but just as a person, right? You got all these people here to watch you. In a sense, what was that like for you?
I was numb. I didn't. It's like I saw him, but I didn't see him. You know what I mean? Those kind of stages, they scare people. And I mean, especially for the first time. You know, so. To me, I was just like, I knew what the hell I came out there for. You know what I mean? And like I said last week, I had a dream about this fight before even this fight was even presented to me. So I knew what time it was. You know,
was it against Shannon though, or was it just a title fight?
I had a dream about a black and gold belt. You know what I mean? And I had a dream about me and my coach standing in the ring with my manager.
Right.
So when my manager called me and was like, "Yo, we got a opportunity for you to fight for the WBA." I said, "What color is it?" He said, "The WBA is black and gold." I said, "Say less." And I took the fight. He didn't tell me who I was fighting or the location I was fighting or nothing. I just knew it was my time. So I understood differently than everyone else. You know what I mean? That I was up my way. So
turned around a couple months after we saw your first title defense. That was in Phoenix. That was a hell of a card. We actually watched that together. What was that title defense like? You looked, sensational. Got the KO. What was that like for you to kind of, all right, cool, we got the belt, but now we got to keep it. You know, talk to us about coming back with that title and then getting into camp for, your first title defense.
Yeah, it was basically my officialness, you know what I mean, that fight. Okay, now you official. I mean, we fought Shannon Courtney just a few months prior, and she was not a true warrior. Because if you can't make weight for your first title defense, then it's like, well, what kind of champion are you? You know what I mean? So it's like I solidified myself in becoming a WBA world champion. So
well, that's kind of a phrase in boxing, no? Amongst fighters, like you're not a champion until you defend it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Ms. Mitchell, I wanted to ask about obviously your manager. He's very experienced, and I believe all his fighters have been women and successful women fighters and champions. Right now, he's got a new champion. What's your thoughts on Ebony Bridges?
Oh man, I think that'd be a great fight for me. I think she's a hell of a fighter. So I think that would be a nice little fight for me. It'd definitely be another step up for me in my career. I think that'd be a nice little matchup.
You guys are both on DAZN, no?
Yeah, we're both with Matchroom.
Perfect. Has there been any talks of? I mean, obviously they may give her another fight because she just won her title, or have you been told like that's what we should be looking forward to for the 2022?
Right now, I think they want me to have the rematch.
With Courtney.
A rematch clause with Courtney. So.
Oh wow! So you can keep your rematch clause even after you miss weight, because doesn't the belt go vacant and each sanctioning body has their own rules? Like I know the WBC, if you win a vacant title, you got 2 mandatories. I don't know about yours, which is a WBA.
Yeah, it's two. It's two fights within that contract. They have to both be from the UK or in the UK, whatever.
So you got a Devin Haney contract.
Possibly. I don't know what his contract looks like.
I mean, it just means that you had to fight the champion in her hometown and beat her once. If you beat her once, you got to beat her twice in her hometown. Devin got to go to Australia twice.
Well, now that I'm champion, we got to see.
Oh.
As far as the location is concerned. We're arguing about that right now as we speak.
But was it already in contract that you were supposed to go back over there?
No, it was just that I had to rematch her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So ideally, where would you want it?
Of course, I want it my way. It's Burger King.
Yeah, but where?
I want it my way in the States. If not in Vegas,
which one? Okay.
You know what I mean? Just somewhere, California, Vegas, you know what I mean? New York. It would definitely have to be, in the States somewhere. I think I've earned that privilege.
Now, one would assume that financially it makes more sense to go back to her hometown because women's boxing is it's thriving more over there in the UK.
Well, financially, I'm going to get paid the same no matter where it is.
Oh, man, that's
those
rematch contract clauses, man.
Yeah.
it sucks. Andy, I believe, was able to negotiate something a little bit more on the second fight with AJ because he won. But you're, again, back to your manager who has many people. He's had experience with Shelly, Vincent, even my girl from Brooklyn. What's
Veronica Jeffrey?
I think she's like from no, that's not the Barbados flag. She might be. Let me just look it up. I'm
Melissa?
sorry. Yes, Melissa.
Okay.
Yeah, he's had a lot of women that I know and that have been very successful. He's even got O'Shea Jones. Like
he got what's the girl's name? She was from there. She was an Olympic, non-Olympic weight class gold medalist. Can't remember her name right now.
What was the girl you just mentioned? Last name Jeffries.
Ronica?
Yes.
I fought on her undercard too out here in Vegas.
And at the
we
Thomas
both
and
got
Mack.
draws. It was crazy. It was a crazy night.
I
Crazy.
actually met her, not as a fighter. She was doing something else, but I was at that fight at the Thomas and Mack.
Yeah, Roy Jones.
Roy Jones Promotions. I was at that fight.
Yeah,
because I'm like, when I saw your fight in Arizona and when I saw your fight against Shan, I'm like, I know I've seen her. I just couldn't picture it. I've never interviewed you, but I was there. That's the only fight I've been to at the Thomas and Mack. Oddly enough, So do we have maybe like a time frame when we could see you back?
Well, I'm hoping the talk is summer. We don't know when in the summer, so I was hoping to be on the Canelo undercard. You know what I mean? But that's happening next month, and I haven't heard anything. I figure I would have heard something by now if it was going to be in May. So I'm hoping June, July. We got to see.
I want you to talk a little bit about, and I hope I'm not wrong here, but I want to believe I've seen you. Your trainer is Dewey Cooper, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
I know he's worked with Jesse a little bit in the past, even Devin a little bit in the past.
Current UFC heavyweight champ Francis Ngannou. So
Bubba Jenkins.
What drew you to him? How'd you meet him, and why is he your trainer?
So I was training at the Mayweather gym. I had my assistant Olympic coach from 2012. I was still amateur, and he would kind of be in and out. Dewey Cooper is a very busy guy, and so then that coach was leaving to go back home because nobody's really from Vegas. And I started training with Eddie Mustafa, and I seen Dewey Cooper. And Eddie Mustafa was kind of like the situation with Jack Badu and all of that. So his you know what I mean. And Eddie Mustafa had me sparring with one of Dewey's fighters.
Male, female?
Female.
Okay.
And I was doing good for myself, putting on for myself, and I was all like, but I've always seen Dewey Cooper around. His grit and his work ethic is just like no other. So I was like, I like that, you know what I mean? So that's when I kind of like just hit up his nephew, because me and his nephew, my strength and conditioning coach now, David Haynes, I hit him up and he was like, man, ask him for yourself. And so I talked to my coach. And it just worked. My coach then was Eddie Mustafa, and it just kind of worked out. So I just got with him, been with him ever since.
Was there any differences? Did you gel immediately? Did you feel a little odd because he does do some mixed martial arts training, and he's not just predominantly boxing, or was it just smooth sailing?
We definitely gel together. I mean, he does all of the sports, so he knows how to conduct himself when he's training a mixed martial artist or a boxer. But as to answer your question, we mush together like really instantly. Also, it took me, when I first got with him, it took me about 2 to 3 months to get used to his workouts. I would come straight home and like crash
because they were so intense.
It was intense. Yeah, it was intense. So
is it like high interval, or you mean the boxing workouts are intense?
Period, all of it. Yeah.
Wow.
So
I got some questions from the people. Obviously, we let them know that you were going to be on the show. So I got Ruin a 504, which is New Orleans. He says, in your opinion, why isn't women's boxing bigger?
Well, women's boxing is growing. You know what I mean? I mean, it's bigger than what it was before 2012 when they allowed women's to box in the Olympics for the first time. So I think it's growing in its own right. I mean,
do you credit any one female for the resurgence of boxing?
Well, definitely. I mean, I credit Clarissa Shields. I mean, I was one of the first women who went to the Olympic trials. So I credit myself, Marlene Espinoza, Katie Taylor. I mean, there's a lot of us that had to do with where it's going and where it's at right now.
Outside of yourself or just women in or around your weight class, what women do you like, or what women do you like to watch fight? You know, regardless of weight, just somebody that you're a fan of.
I like to watch Marlene, man. I spar with her, man. She is busy. She is intense. Yeah, so I like to watch her when she fights. I always try to tap in with her fights. Of course, your girl Clarissa Shields, Amanda Serranos, Katie Taylor, Ann Wolf. I even go back then and watch her. There's a lot of different fighters. Ava Knights. You know what I mean?
Okay, absolutely.
Wow. Your trainer has the girl that they call like Baby Mike Tyson. Have you met her?
Lady Tyson?
Yeah, Lady Tyson. Is it
Lady Tyson?
But her last name is like Fayava or Fiava.
Oh. I like to watch Lady Tyson as well. Pink Tyson?
Oh, man. Let me see if she has it registered on BoxRec, her nickname. She's from Samoa, over there by Hawaii, but she's trained out of Canastota. She got the Mike Tyson stuff. Nah, all right, she's young. She only 5-0. She's very young though. She's only 20. She got a draw, but she got the style down pack, and she's trained out of Canastota. That's what, man.
You talking about my manager?
Yes, your manager has her.
You said trainer. So.
Okay.
I said trainer.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I was jacked up. I was like, I think you only got me in this Muay Thai guy.
I'm sorry. I mean, your manager, Brian Cohen, he has a lot of females.
Yeah, he got them all. He got all of them. He got everybody except Clarissa, really.
He even got Liana Cruz. It's crazy. He's got everybody.
Yeah, Liana, that's my girl. Shout out to Liana.
Really quick before you continue with the questions, just because you brought up a couple names. So did you watch the Savannah Marshall fight this past weekend?
Oh, wow.
I didn't get a chance to watch it because I was too busy working. I was in the mountains running. And when I got back, I was like,
I'm sure you've seen that highlight knockout,
we can pull it up.
I seen the highlights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, while we get that pulled up really quick, you brought up Amanda and you brought up Katie. How do you see their fight on April 30th play out?
Man, have y'all seen Katie Taylor's neck? Her neck is big, man. She's a strong girl. But
that is the knockout here.
Hold on, we'll get from the beginning here
because it happens very quickly. It's one big left hook.
So obviously, she is the last person to beat Clarissa in boxing. That granted, that was 10 years ago. It seems like their fight is headed for a summer showdown.
That exhale almost feels like we're on the same page. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I feel like she's living off of that loss, like that win. Like that was so long ago. Can you do something else since then? Like her only claim to boxing is fighting Clarissa. Do you feel that way?
Man, listen, I mean, we can't, like I said earlier in my conversation with you guys, that was yesterday, bro. You know, Clarissa, that's before she became one-time gold medalist and before she became two-time gold medalist. She's done so much.
Exactly.
Since that lesson. She took that lesson and ran with it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And she has done more for boxing than her.
I don't
you know
think,
what I mean? And it's just like, I just feel like she's not a little girl anymore. You know what I mean? And I definitely see Clarissa Shields winning, being victorious that night.
Yeah, it's crazy because boxing is a small world, so everybody fights each other in the amateurs, and we'll bring that up. But it seems like that's the only person who
gets because Danny. No one is saying, "Oh, I want Danny to fight Terrence Crawford because he beat him in the amateurs." No one is saying, I want Mikey to fight Terrence Crawford because he beat him in Andrews. We ain't even saying Ugas, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, an amateur loss is an amateur loss. Yes, it ties you to a fighter, but you shouldn't have your entire career be built off that. Like, they've been talking about Clarissa since Savannah turned pro, and it just doesn't stop.
Literally since she turned pro.
And it's just like she was with Eddie Hearns, and they were close to making the fight happen, and then she left. You know, Eddie Hearns, which is, he's a pretty good promoter. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on now, let's just make this fight happen. And I'm not one that talk. That's not my style. It's just never been my style ever since I started boxing. So it's like at some point we got to put up. You know what I mean? But shout out to my girl Clarissa Shields. She's the queen.
So I'm about to butcher these names on our next question from Mr. Adore, who says, "Do you know if you or your team were offered a fight with, I want to say Zarina McCoy, before you accepted the Carly Shelke fight?
Well, like I said earlier in the conversation, when I signed a fight to fight Shannon Courtney, it was a 3-fight contract deal. And like I explained to you, it was everybody from the UK. So those 3 fights had to be from the UK, people from the UK. To answer your question, no, nobody from my team turned it down because it was already stated that I couldn't fight nobody from the US. We don't like to talk about sparring and what happens in sparring, but that same girl never wanted to spar with me. And thirdly, when I needed lefty work for the Skelly fight, it was like trying to get her coach to answer the phone was crazy for like 3 weeks. Texting and asking for work. They didn't want to spar because they know what happened at the doghouse in the Mayweather gym. So then you turn around and just make up this allegation saying that Matchroom turned a fight down with you. You're not even in the conversation. You're losing fights in Mexico. You know what I mean? And you want to fight me. You're not even in the conversation to even have a fight with me. So.
All right. I got Dual Ingram that says, can you ever see yourself being forced to fight in another combat sport because of pay for women's boxing? Or what do you think of a female boxer showing little or a lot of extra cleavage during weigh-ins to sell tickets? So I guess I don't have to put a name.
Well, to answer your first question, my coaches, Dewey Cooper and David Haynes. So I was actually, before I got the Shannon Courtney fight, I was actually training for MMA. I was doing a lot of MMA training, vigorous work. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think it would be forced. I wouldn't mind doing it. You know what I mean? If it makes sense. And, we in boxing. This ain't porn. It's boxing. To answer your second question.
Okay, this ain't porn. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm reading the question again. But again, back to I gotta get your manager's number. I need him in here because he's got Melissa Odessa Parker. You talked about MMA. She's doing MMA. She actually beat Roman, who Ebony just won her title from, and because it wasn't with a Matchroom, the title wasn't even on the line. So Melissa really supposed to have that belt. And he's your manager. So like, do you see these fights happening in the future because it's kind of same stable? Like, you got a lot of names in your own manager's, stable that are great fights for you. Like, I love the Odessa fight. I love the Bridges fight. Bridges fight might put you over the top commercially. Odessa's a dog.
Yes.
There's some fights there for you in your own stable. What do you think of that?
We taking fight by fight. I'm not running or ducking from nobody. You know what I mean? I'm here, and I'm here to get all the way to the top and be number one. So,
London's Runs Boxing says, congratulations on your win over Shannon. That was the easiest money I ever made, laugh out loud. If Shannon isn't next for you, would you like to unify with Ebony Bridges, who lost to Shannon previously? Obviously, we just asked you that, so unless you want to add to it.
Absolutely. I would love to fight Shannon. I mean, Ebony Bridges, you know what I mean? And then what's the girl that's number one in the weight division in the world? I can't remember her name. I'm bad with names, you guys.
In your division?
Yeah.
Let me double check.
Yeah, it's like her and Ebony Bridges that's like on my radar.
Avila?
Possibly.
We're going to need him. Julian. What do you call that? What is that? Juliana?
She's not.
There's no A at the end, so I think it's Julian Luna Avila.
I'm trying to see. Let me see it.
She's ranked 1 in the world.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm terrible.
Where your Mexican Spanish at, bro? Julian
Luna Avila, yeah. And then obviously, and this is according to BoxRec. They have you at 3. They got Dina
Thorst London.
I think that might be it. So it starts with a D.
Okay, yeah.
So that's she's number 2 now. She's 17-0.
She's number 2?
Yeah, the Mexican girl is number 1 now, who's 23-3.
So wait. Did you see her last fight? Does it show her last fight? Did she win or
who?
She
Dina?
was number 1. Yeah.
Dina is undefeated, but she's not number 1 anymore. It looks like Avila.
And this is on BoxRec. Obviously, different places.
Yeah. So the reason she's not number 1 is because Avila just had a fight 2 days ago.
Oh, I see.
3 days ago.
I see.
And so she got ranked. She just had a unanimous decision.
I thought she was fighting as well
versus Malieli Flores.
Okay.
So I got Alejandro Vega in Florida says, appreciate your time, champ. What would be your ideal next 3 fights?
My ideal next 3 fights would be Shannon Courtney, I would have to say, because I think that's next for me. Ebony Bridges, and whoever ranked 1 is in the world.
If it ain't Dina at the time, is Malcielis? What was it? Luna. No, Avelis.
Yeah.
Coach Myers in Connecticut. First off, we're proud of what you've overcame growing up. Some of those struggles can mentally tear a person's life apart. My question is, who is your favorite female boxer of all time? And you remind me of Ann Wolf.
Appreciate the compliment, sir. Good morning. Good morning. I think that is my favorite female of all time, Ann Wolf. Yeah.
Have you ever heard of or met Shadeja Green?
Damn, that sounds familiar. That Green sounds familiar. I can't say yes. I can't say no. I just say that last name sounds familiar.
I wish she had some sparring to show you here. This is sparring. Can we get a screen share? She's 168. She is the WBC silver to Franchon Cruz. I believe she's one of the best kept secrets in boxing. I've been hit with that left hand. Very educated. She sparred with Clarissa, sparred with Alicia Napoleon, sparred with Christina Hammer. Christina Hammer brought her in to prepare for Clarissa. Clarissa brought her in to prepare her for Franchon Cruz. She's got work with Franchon. Obviously in the Olympics, she was an alternate.
Yeah.
And she's got the whole...
she got the whole package.
I was going to say she's got the whole... the trainer that just mentioned, right? Ann Wolf thing going on, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because she's a puncher, but she's super slick, obviously being from the East Coast.
She now, what's her record now?
I like her style.
8-0, 7 KOs. So we'll see after Franchon unifies what's going to happen, because she's not with a big promoter or anything like that.
I guess my manager might end up signing her too, huh?
Hell yeah, he need to. We need her to get a break. I've been talking about her for 3 years,
She
man.
nice. She not like that.
Yeah. So what else we got? Looks like Steve in the UK says, hey, champ, thanks for coming on the show. Shields versus Marshall, who you got in that fight? Good luck in a rematch. Steve in the UK, you did answer that.
She did answer
I got Shields all day long.
All day.
All day and night.
I think that's it, unless you got any more.
I don't have anything, champ. No.
All right. Any sort of message you want to put out? Any place you want to direct our listeners? Maybe new fans of yours, you want to have them follow you on Instagram? Obviously there's no ticket sales right now, but anywhere you want to direct them. Maybe you got a personal.com, or you're doing any ventures you want to let the audience know.
Well, definitely follow me on all 3 of my social media platforms: Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Jamie the Miracle Mitchell. And I have my own website, my own logo that it's being built. It's already built. Buy sweaters, hoodies, hats, phone cases, socks, backpacks. I got a lot of little knickknacks. PrevailAthletics.com, and also that you can go there and read my story and learn more about me. And shout out to my guy, Black Influence. I don't know if y'all can see that.
Yep. So we were talking about weight. Do you have any strength and conditioning coaches, any dietitians? Are you using Perfecting Athletes, or you do it all on your own?
Strength and conditioning coaches. My strength and conditioning coach is David Haynes.
Okay.
Monster, man. He's a beast. Shout out to him. And I do my own meal prepping, and I also I'm working on a sponsorship deal with meal prep as well. So Foodie Fit.
Okay.
Foodie Fit, yeah, they're pretty good. So I'm working with them as well.
Okay. Well, those are all our questions. We're going to take a quick intermission, and we'll be right back, guys. We're going to take a picture with the champ, and we'll be back to open up the phone lines and answer any questions you guys may have, or just to hear your opinions. We'll be back.
12 years. I never expected it to turn out like this.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
Shout out to the community, man. I appreciate y'all.
Happening, people. Info Joe, Los Angeles, in the building.
Adrian, the problem wrong, the man from the frozen tundra.
Keem, straight out of Florida. Liz Lowe, Decatur, Georgia.
You already know what it is. It's the Queen, Martha K. Detroit, stand up.
David Maldonado, New York City. Yo, Nuts, don't cut me off, man. Don't cut me off.
King Amin of Essex, catch me for them championship rounds.
Big Super Mac, Plainview, Texas.
Davidian in Buffalo. God bless you all.
Jesus name.
Without Chai, it ain't nothing. Without the callers, it ain't nothing, man.
Bad Girl, TKO, San Diego, California.
Big Fish Vega, Palm Beach, Florida.
Intrigue the Incredible, straight out the ATL. James Benitez, Huntsville, Alabama. It ain't hating, it's just the truth.
Show Kid, Mount Vernon, New York, suckers.
SDS Promotions.
Coach Mide from London, UK.
Checking in from Tennessee, it's Lethal James, P-A-Y-N-E. It's lethal.
Line 6 Reed, just spreading that boots gospel.
Bo from Bama, only in America.
Well, I'm a true attestation to the American dream.
King Born, Crown Heights, Brooklyn. You heard? 4 chicken wings and French fries, breakfast of champions. Let's get to it.
JT, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Stuff like that.
Yo, TVB, this Coach J-Mac. New Orleans, Louisiana, 504, baby.
What have you?
C, Y, E.
California.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, join YouTube members and Patreon for some.
This is the #1 pound for pound and 2 division champion, Marvin the Tank Furman from Dallas, Texas.
LB Sugler from DC to Stunt City, Bomb Squad.
Brandon Maurice, aka the AJ Trucking, straight out of Cincinnati, baby.
Madman 100, U.S. Virgin Islands.
Chick Chickarelli, Hollywood, California.
Louis Reyes, Boston, Mass. Yo, drop that SDS shit,
This
son.
message was brought to you by SDS Promotions.
The voice of the people. There is no equal. You can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. TheBoxingVoice.com.
As I always say,
Yo, and we're back. Shout out to Evan Korn and champion Jamie Mitchell, who stopped by the studio to give you guys some great content. All right, we got phone lines lit. We're going out to Mad Bent in Kansas City. What's up?
You hear me?
I hear you.
All right, man. Great interview. You guys just introduced me to the champ. I didn't watch that Courtney fight because I thought it was a gimme because I didn't know who Mitchell was. But now I know. If you don't know, now you know.
Word.
Yo. She got the Haney contract, you call it. That's terrible.
I know.
But her and Bridges was the fight. I went back and watched while you guys were interviewing. I watched the fight for her and Courtney. And Courtney, for some reason, thought that she won. That was crazy. Anyway, thanks for the interview. Your PA guy who was avoiding your questions, he was stuttering a lot, but that's expected.
My PA guy. Oh, the public relations.
No, that dude. Yeah, public PR. Right?
Yeah.
He was stuttering a lot, call him Stuttering John.
So, you sent me an intro, but I requested access. I can't download it till you give me access. And you have a really bad connection. It's probably your Bluetooth. I gotta hit you with the mute. Oscar, what up? San Antonio.
What's up, man?
What's good?
What's up, Pharaoh Danny? My man wants to get his beard brushed and that breaks on camera. That's hilarious. I'm going for Murata because I really don't see. I'm one of those. I really don't want to see a trilogy with Canelo and Triple G. I hope he goes and undisputed 175. So, either they can fight each other, you know who I'm talking about, or they can keep chasing. But are they going to let him defend the WBA, Bebo, after all?
Yep. You know that Canelo percentage is too much for them to not give or get.
Oh, yeah, I was saying, because if it was Mauricio, if he was fighting Viterbi, Mauricio wouldn't have pulled out at all. You know what I mean?
Of course not.
So, I don't know. But that's it. But shout out to all my sanitation workers out there. Y'all have a good day.
All right, champ. Looks like we got somebody on Discord.
We got LV Slugger.
LV Slugger. What up?
Only time y'all see me in Rays is when I turn into the Bronze Mama.
I want a body, and he gonna be the body.
The ambulance better be ready. The medical better be ready. The referee better be ready. They better have that towel to be able to throw it in.
SDS Promotions.
Was he right?
LV Slugger. LV Slugger.
Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me?
What kind of crazy shit is that?
What up?
Hello?
Hello?
You hear me?
We hear you.
All right, bet. I was saying it for a minute, but yeah, man, nice interviews, man, nice good show. You know, I enjoyed both interviews, man, but you know, on the Jamie, just hearing her story, you know, coming where she come from, man, you know, the older I get, it's just like, man, I ain't got no
You went into the no internet sphere. You're in the phantom zone for no internet. Calling all callers. Where are you? Yeah, we're gonna move on to the next person as he went into the no internet space.
Shut the fuck up, you little prick. Yeah, prick.
We got. He's back. We can try to get him back in if you want.
My man says, "Shut the fuck up, you little prick." Oh yeah, yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, man. I was just talking about the Jamie, the fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, you know, hearing her story, hearing what she had to come from, and to get to where she at, man. You know, and just my situation. You know, I ain't where I want to be, but at the same time, I ain't got shit to complain about, man. Just my whole life. You know, I can't imagine being 6 years old and to drink out of a toilet. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to her, man. Hopefully she, you know, accomplish everything she's trying to accomplish in the sport, man. But on the topic, you know, I'm definitely looking forward to the Triple G Murata. Both fighters been inactive, it's been a while since both fighters fought. You know what I'm saying? Triple G, you know, he's definitely, you know, a legend in the sport. You know, he had that fight with Canelo and you know, he's fighting for that trilogy. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see if he's gonna be able to get the job done with Murata. You know what I'm saying? He got that win over Grant, but you know, if anybody remember, you know, he never really won that super title. You know, he got molded the super after Canelo moved up. So I want to see what he do, you know, since being an active. You know, last time he fought in Japan, he gave us an explosive knockout. So, you know, I think we might have a good fight on our hands, man. And, you know, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Yeah, that's my call.
All right. Who's next?
Who next?
We got Alabama Barbecue.
All right. I'ma hope that's this guy.
One of the fighters is going to lose, and no matter what, Don King's going to win.
That's the way it's supposed to be. It's in America, man. That's enterprise. I didn't write the rules. I revolutionized the pay scale in boxing. I paid fighters more money than anyone in the history of the sport.
That is a true fact.
You know what I mean?
That has been documented.
So, only thing I could be guilty of is hitting them in the head with $100 bills, giving them dignity, pride, and a lot of money. So now, whatever it is more than what they could get from any adversary of mine. Otherwise, they wouldn't be with me.
Shout out Tabo, Riddick Bowe, Bozy Ennis, George Cambosos, Bo Mack and Bo Jackson is Bo and Bama. Fresh off the grill. Hey, man, I like that Jamie Mitchell as well. The interview was cool. Evan was all right. I like the fact that Evan got a lot of information, even though he wasn't disclosing all the juicy stuff and he was evading and he seemed like he's guilty of a few things here and there as well. I still like the fucking guy. But as far as Jamie go, hey, man, if you want some audio gold, just put this on your little notepad. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go no further than this for today, whatever. But put this on your notepad. You want some audio gold? Serena McCoy is actually in Vegas as well, and she is always a good interview. Why? Because she feisty. She can box pretty good, and she believes in herself a whole lot. I like Jamie Mitchell. Know what I'm saying? I picked Jamie Mitchell over the Shannon Courtney, all that. But as far as audio goes, just get Serena McCoy. She in Vegas, bro. She's there.
Send me her IG. You know,
man. I sent it like a few years ago. I sent that.
There
I
you
sent
go.
a few other.
That's a few years ago. That's a long time.
And I reached out to her in February as well, but not being there or not working for the company, it's hard to just get people to believe in me when I'm sitting on a Mercedes Benz on my profile picture, you know what I'm saying, rather than got a logo or something behind me. So, you know. But outside of that, it's a few other fighters as well I'm going to send in that same text message. But I ain't really got nothing else. I'm looking forward to the fights this weekend. Finally, we get some good fights on Saturday night, 3 cards. And that's all I really got. Shout out Tabo. Shout out Don King. Shout out Roger Mayweather. I'm out.
Yeah, man. Send me her name. I don't even find her. Whatever. I will get on it and have Brandon on it or someone else on it. You know, someone. But looks like we got a super chat from Matt Bet 100 and London Runs Boxing. London Runs Boxing says, axe. You know you can't ask these questions here, buddy. Even though you put yours in Patreon. If I would have seen this, I would have asked this because you already obviously put yours in Patreon. But London Runs Boxing says, ask Evan if Top Rank are interested in Ben Whitaker. Sorry, brother. Matt Bent says, I'm picking Toyota. GG is my age. 3 old to be fighting. I guess.
think he meant 2, you know, obviously. But
But
who we got next, Austin?
Next we got JP.
JP in Long Beach. What up?
Long Beach in the house. Yeah.
Hello.
JP. Going once, 2 times, once, 2 times. All right. Anybody else?
We have Swift out the 8-1.
Better not duck me, son.
Swift out of what?
Better not duck me.
Out of where?
The 813.
Swift. I don't know who that is. They be changing numbers.
No, that's been their name on Discord. Swift out the 813.
Yeah, I don't remember. That's what happens, bro. Swift out the 813. What's 813? You remember?
Nah, I don't remember, Champ.
That's probably Todd and shit.
Calling from fake numbers and shit.
All right.
So who else we got?
Well, they're in. They gotta unmute though.
Unmute.
Swift.
Swifty. Swifty diffy.
All right, let's move on.
Yep, they left. So now we got the great one.
The great one.
The great one. The great
Who
one.
was the great one?
I heard that the other day.
Yeah, we definitely heard it. I want to say maybe even yesterday.
So this is the girl that want to fight Jamie Mitchell. She wildin'. She trying to get this pretty face pounded on. Show me this. Show these guys this. What? Why? Why you trying to get beat up?
Hold on. Ain't that the Yeah, she trains at Top Rank. Well, I've seen her all over the city, honestly, but she was just at Top Rank.
This better not be the girls that was just in Bone Adams gym. Remember, I kept telling you, like, yo, you ain't see that girl was in Bones gym?
Yo, what's going on, guys? The great one has arrived.
Who this, Blackface?
This Omar.
Oh, Omar. Damn, you sound like Blackface from the UK. What up? Oh, I did.
Yo,
I think I do know her.
Yeah, listen, I think, right, that Triple G is going to lose come, is it Friday or Saturday? But anyway, it's upcoming fight. I think he's going to lose it because he's someone now, he's pushing 40 and, he's fighting another man. People get old overnight. And I think the fact that we ain't seen him for time and his last fight, he ain't been looking like his former self. I think he's going to lose, which, to be honest, is what I want because I know a lot of other people have no interest in this third fight with Triple G. You know, I'd rather look. I don't like Charlo, right? I don't like the way he carries himself and the things that he's saying recently. But I'd at least rather see that fight because it's a fresh narrative. It's Can you imagine the build up on TBV going into that fight? It'd be hilarious. So I think I'd rather see that fight than Triple G to win and then go on and fight Canelo in the third fight. And also, Ness, there's something I want to ask you, right? Mm-hmm. How are you going to feel, Ness, when Emmanuel Tagbo is absolutely putting a whipping on Ryan Garcia for 4 rounds? In the 5th round, his dumbass decides to listen to someone who's told him to do a drunken master.
I didn't tell him to do that shit. He told himself to do that. I ain't never told him to do that shit. He said he gonna do that. I'm like, what?
Man, you could have told that man, listen, I ain't giving you no round. You do whatever you have to do to win that fight. You told that man the 5th round, and if he
forced me to pick a round, so I gave him one.
Oh, Ness, come on, man. If that man drops in the 5th, it's on you.
Nah.
You gotta live with that, Ness.
Never, bro.
He said you gotta live with that.
I'm not nobody's trainer. He did that to himself. I'm still looking on the Instagram of McCoy, man. She out here living her best life.
Anyway, guys, that's my call.
She was at a Halloween party, man.
That's that blue martini. I know exactly what she had. That's that blue martini.
She got that money. She got grass, man. You gotta have grass you can't have grass in Vegas without hella money for the water. You know that.
We don't know if that's fake.
Nah, you want it to be fake, so she ain't got money. She got that bread.
I mean, it's not cheap to get fake grass, but I mean, it is. But
nah, it's cheap. Come on, turf is turf, but grass you gotta feed it in these hot ass Vegas months. That's money. Believe me, I know somebody with grass out here.
Yeah, get them fines. We got to save ourselves. We don't want to end up like California.
I just got fucking fined.
We do got to. Oh, look who it is.
That Jared.
Let me find out.
Nah. They train at the same gym. That's, I see her all
Ain't
the
that
time.
McKellar That look like a...
Who is that?
That ain't McKellar Man.
Okay.
That wasn't McKellar Man.
But anyway, why are we still on her Instagram?
I don't know. Austin screen sharing. I was just being nosy. He the one... showing y'all I'm being nosy.
Austin just does whatever the fuck he wants, man. I swear to God.
He's part of the, he's part of the club now, man. He's like, I know what these guys want to see. Who's next?
So Swift came back. We can try him again, or we got Big Fish Vega as well.
Nah, whoever you want to try, man. We're gonna try them all. Wait, so my man. Oh, I was about to say, my man, you ain't got no pictures on your Instagram and shit. Got me following you and you ain't.
Swift, you got to unmute yourself. It still says you're muted.
Who is Swift? Maybe
Mike check. Nah, don't do it to me, Ness. Don't do it to me. You've been doing it to me the last couple of days, famo. Yeah, they ain't been letting me get my point across, man. I'm a little hurt, Ness. I've been calling in about a month and a half on the regular. Swift at the 813, Swift from Tampa. So this ain't you shot a Tampa out earlier too, like I ain't hear you.
What's up, champ? Why he just go dark? What's up, champ? We hear you. He left again?
Okay, so we can move on to Big Fish the Dream Vega. They added that.
Let the little fish go so that we can catch the big fish later.
I'm the big dog at the welterweight division. WBC and IBF welterweight champion of the world. At the end of the day, I'm a way better fighter than Terrence Crawford.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
Me and Terrence Crawford on this side of the street.
We cleaning our side of the street, then we coming after Crawford.
60-40 or 70-30, whatever we give them.
Say something now. Say something now.
Big Fish Vega.
Big Fish Mafia. It ain't a movement, it's a lifestyle.
SDS Promotions.
Hey, can you hear me?
Perfect.
All right, good, man. So according to that one dude, man, however Tego loses, man, it's your fault. That's going to be on you, man. You're going to have to, if we bet on him.
I wonder if it's everyone's internet, or is it Sticky Paws?
Definitely Sticky Paws.
Fucking.
It can't be because your stream is
Sticky's
live.
internet is sticky.
Well, yeah, we did that on purpose. That way we can hold on to the stream.
This outlet doesn't work?
They've only paid for the power on certain outlets, so
Yeah. We have to. Hey, man, Envy Energy, ruthless out here.
Nestor thought he was charging his Apple Watch this whole time.
Exactly. That's gonna make us late to the gym. I don't work out without the numbers. If I can't see the numbers, I ain't really work out.
Big Fish Vega's still in this call, but
try him.
He's still in here.
Vega, nobody hears you. Who else is on the line? Are we done? Because I'm hungry.
We got Davidian.
Davidian.
I'm healthy, strong, and about to knock Earl Spence out in Jesus' name. I'm bringing the whole church.
SDS promotion.
You win some, you lose some. But you live to fight another day.
I got the whole Christian congregation behind me.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
In Jesus' name.
And we all know God only made one thing perfect, and that's my boxing ring.
Yo, what's good, Ness? Danny, Ring Walk. Y'all can hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Great interviews as always. I just want to say, yep, this month is gonna be a good month of boxing, so I ain't got nothing to complain about.
So Ryan's iPhone cable is fake. Doesn't even charge. Fake Apple Watch cable. Stop buying fucking cheap shit.
Triple G versus Murata. I actually got Triple G. I think Triple G can beat Murata. I know he's older, but for me, age is just a number. I mean, I was looking at his YouTube page. He still looks strong as nuts. So I'm not really worried about age. So I got Triple G. I look forward to seeing Murata because I've never seen Murata. But I look forward to seeing him. But other than that, you know, Big Fish is coming into town April 16th, so I can't wait to just see all the fights and shout out to y'all. You know, God bless y'all and all the callers. That's my call.
All right. Looks like everybody, right? And that's GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Catch us on the next one. Let me double check, make sure we ain't leave no super chats behind, but I'm highly sure we didn't. If you haven't already done so, smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to our next goal. We are literally working with 132,350. So we gained a few during this show. All you got to do is tell a couple of other friends to tell some other friends to join us and subscribe. So help us get to our next goal of 133,000.
Really quick before we go, I just want to give a big shout out to Brandon Maurice. He said, just call them struggle paws at this point.
Ha!
Hey, Brandon,
Dang,
shout out
for some reason, there's no stream tonight. Oh, no. What happened?
Shout out to you.
What happened is Austin just got fired.
Oh,
Dang.
You can follow me on all platforms, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Your boy is now on TikTok. Ring Walk Danny on all platforms. The Boxing Voice on all platforms. Nest GTO on Instagram and Twitter. Nesta Gibbs on TikTok.
Catch me on Tickety Top. Not doing dances, but just giving that schmoke. They love it over there.
We here tonight.
So many comments on TikTok. TikTok needs to get bought out by YouTube so that
and just merge?
Yeah. Because they got some cool features and good. They got the interaction down pat. They need to teach YouTube how to do that because I get hella comments over there. There's a lot of boxing fans over there.
Yeah, no, I mean, first TikTok ever went out and almost 1,000 views.
Whoa.
Couple comments. One guy called me a clown. Shout out to you.
I did see that, and I replied to him why? Why can't Canelo be your all-time Mexican? It's your opinion. And we're asking you, and we didn't ask you, who do you think the fucking, government of Mexico thinks is an all-time Mexican or the president? It was your opinion.
Yeah.
So crazy.
No, it is what it is. But catch us tonight, 4 Untitled.
Yep. We're going to be joined by 2 young African-American entrepreneurs that have made it to millionaire status.
One of them Forbes 30 under 30, right?
Yep. One is Forbes 30 under 30. And together the duo created a hat that was worn and purchased by Jay-Z, I guess at a basketball game or something. And it after that, the rest
they blew up.
They blew up. You get Jay to wear your hat. I need Jay. We got to get this boxing voice hat in Jay's hands, man.
No, for sure. We got to come.
How we gonna do that?
We got to come up with a nice little slogan.
Mm-hmm.
Nice little.
But anyway, we're out, man. We're out.